Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. From Rolling with Remix. Long ago, the land of Irion was a land of plenty, and many wanted to lay claim to its riches. When those who lived in Irion could no longer agree on who held what, civil war broke out across the entire realm, until the kobolds, in desperation to keep their kingdom afloat, summoned the dark and terrible Dragotha. The great dragon cared not for the alliances constantly made and broken across Irion, and razed many of its great cities to the ground, until a last desperate alliance finally slew the titanic worm. With no one in any shape to continue the fight, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. But tensions were still on the rise. 30 years later, a ragtag group of adventurers, who met at a harvest festival and joined forces to look for the missing mentor of one of their band, were hired by a mysterious old man to travel to the great city-states of Irion and perform acts of heroism that those in power would not approve of. But those same acts served to heighten tensions across the land, and the old man, secretly a scheming mind flayer, revealed that once more Irion had fallen into a great civil war. Now, with militaries and dark powers on the rise, our heroes gather their forces in hopes of saving what they can before Irion once more falls into ruin. Momo, the Aarakocra cleric.
You're my friend. You're my family. And I'll protect you at all costs.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
I will not make the same mistakes again.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
I won't stand idle. Not while people's lives are at stake.
Oh, this should be fun.
Quintessa, the human fighter.
You shouldn't be surprised. Everyone is out for themselves in the end.
And Scam Likely, the goblin artificer.
There are three constants: death, taxes, and my ability to dodge both.
Unprepared though they might be, our heroes find themselves at the front lines of a great battle to save the fallen empires. Last time on Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires. As our heroes rested at Battenrance Hall, trying to process what had happened on the oil rig and in the City of Shimmering Lights, Trevlon went back to the Tome of Bardic Lore, asking far too much of it, and ended up being sucked inside the book. An alarmed Quintessa, along with Corellian and Momo, tried to figure out what happened. But the most that the book would offer them is vomiting up some black ink into Quintessa's quiver, and then sealing itself shut. After dropping the tome off with Torquelin, to see if the Arcanist could examine it and hopefully figure out how to open it, our heroes split off, Malifane remaining in the library with Quintessa to finally propose to her, and Corellian and Momo going to the front gate, where they found a strange goblin artificer known as Scam Likely, and his floating homunculus companion, Jabidi, who had been kicked out of a caravan and wandering the wilderness for several weeks, while on a trip to Ashran Elora to meet up with their mutual friend, Jack-o'-lantern. Taking him in to give him some food and shelter, our heroes regrouped and met up with Bert, who said that the conflict between the elves and the Oread apparently had something to do with trade routes, and was going to intensify relatively soon. Our heroes, rather than head immediately for Ashwin Elora, City of the Elves, decided to stay behind and oversee some construction in Battenrance Hall. Malifane, in particular, wanting the Mail Workers Guild to finish their contract, so that he could get any further letters from Baylight, where his mother was lying sick. Momo and Ishka spoke of the Amulet of Sirenita, and Momo's new responsibility as the chosen one of the goddess of the Aarakocra, as well as how Ishka had fallen out of favor with the goddess and found a new patron, a Fey woman with hair like autumn leaves, a description that matched the Fey woman that made a deal with Esgol and separated him from Malifane. Corellian had a brief chat with Annabelle, who was finishing hooking up the lightning rod to the roof of her alchemist lab, and was eagerly awaiting the next storm to finish a big project, though Corellian didn't ask about any details. And Malifane, as he was overseeing the construction of a journalist guild outpost, finally received a letter from Baylight, saying that his mother, Azalea Lythos, seemed to be in fine physical condition, but had gone absolutely catatonic. However, he did not need to send any further money, as all the costs for her care had been picked up by the Jack of Diamonds, one of the leaders of the Four Kings Mercenary Guild. whom Azalea had previously worked for. The next day, Quintessa and Scam, who had done some investigations and examinations of their own, offered to accompany the party to Ashwin Elora. But first, they made a detour to the town of Baylight, on an island in the heartland of Irion. Catching a ferry and sailing across the water, they found a shipwreck on the river between Baylight and the mainland, with the ferryboat captain explaining that several ships carrying war supplies had gone sailing into the neutral waters, and like this one apparently had sunk. Scam was quite interested, seeing as how he knew exactly where a shipwreck full of potentially valuable supplies he could sell could be found, and made note of it for the next day. Upon arriving in Baylight proper, everyone checked in to one of the many taverns around town, and took a nap, after getting as drunk as they possibly could with the rather weak cider and the fancy wine that could be had there. The next day, Malifane went to the hospital to visit his mother, finding several members of the Four Kings mercenaries gathered in the lobby there, and the Jack of Diamonds himself at Azalea's bedside, who turned and immediately recognized the young half-elf. What interest does the Jack of Diamonds have in Azalea and Malifane? What hijinks will our heroes get up to in Baylight? And once it's done, will they be prepared for the storm that is coming to Ashran Alora? Find out on tonight's episode of Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires.
Hello and welcome to Internet Remix, Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires Remix, the show where everything's remix and the points don't remix. I'm your host, Alex, and with me we've got my lovely cast of players. We've got Atlas.
The bats are not imported.
We've got Scott.
Roll for damage, Scam.
We've got Queen.
I'd eat white cheddar popcorn over apples any day.
And we've got Xander.
You stole that intro from the Tomb finale.
Jojo will not be joining us today. Jojo has work.
Jojo's being an adult like a weeb.
I can't fucking believe. When last we left off, our heroes had made a detour to the town of Baylight, where Malifane's mother, Azalea, was currently in their hospital, physically fine, but completely unresponsive to basically any outside stimulus. But in the letter that informed Malifane of this, it also informed him that payment for her care was currently being taken care of by the Jack of Diamonds, one of the heads of the mercenary group, the Four Kings. And we cut off when Malifane went into Azalea's hospital chambers, and the Jack of Diamonds was sitting there, turned, and smiled at him, with teeth embedded with jewels, and saying,
"Oh, hello, Malifane. Good to see you again."
Jack of Diamonds, I presume?
Yes, indeed. You probably don't remember me. Last time I saw you, you were a little boy. I used to carry you around on my shoulders, fly around, pretend you were flying on the back of a dragon. Obviously, you've grown a little big for that now.
Can't say I have that memory. No, I don't. Though your timing is interesting, as I just received a letter saying that you had, taken over finances.
Ah, yes. That was a while back, actually. Someone really needs to update the postal service around Baylight.
Interesting. So, what is it exactly that you're doing here?
I'm coming to check in on the patient, same as you. Surely that's what everyone does in a hospital.
Typically someone of your, and he kind of looks the man up and down, presence isn't exactly someone I would think would be associated with my mother.
Well, that's very odd, considering she worked for me.
So, what exactly is it that you're benefiting from here? What do you gain?
Oh, straight to the point. I like that in a person. What I have to gain is the preservation of the life of someone who saved mine. A relatively simple concept. Wouldn't you agree?
Mother saved your life?
Indeed, indeed. One of the last jobs she did for the Four Kings was not one that was done for money. There was some disease no one in Irion had heard of before. There was a doctor who thought he could work on a cure, one of the best in all the continent. But he needed, some ingredient or another. The details escape me. They escape me because I happened to be stricken with it. Your mother got the job done and saved my life. This is me balancing the books, my boy.
What exactly was it that she was trying to do?
You
mentioned something about a doctor, but...
Yes, I did.
This sounds familiar.
Again, a lot of the details of the exact job were kept from me, as I was sick and bedridden most of that period. But he needed some very rare ingredient in order to brew up a cure for the dread disease. The sort of ingredient that it took someone with very specialized skills to retrieve.
The heart of the Fae, perhaps?
He snaps his fingers, trying to remember.
Yes, that would be it! How do you know that?
We encountered one of your men a while back in Port Mirandu. I believe his name was Darth Greatscar.
Ah, yes. Very bulky lad, not too bright.
Mentioned something about a Ruvan Whitehand. Perhaps that name rings a bell?
Yes. That was that doctor in question. It's all coming back to me. What a clever boy doing your research.
And you've been hunting down research regarding your mother for some odd years. You have to get as much as you can.
I suppose. That being said, the job was not without its losses. You see, getting the heart of the Fae is not exactly something the Fae can survive. And your mother had a moral code. Very noble. Nobility is very stupid in the mercenary work. And you see, it came to light during that job that her code of harm, not kill, meant that several jobs where she claimed to have run someone out of town, instead of killing them, could not be proven. This was obviously an embarrassment for the Four Kings Guild. We had a reputation to uphold. She could have been doing anything during all those jobs where we were giving her good money.
Pacifism was a resource that she had at her disposal. That was one of her redeeming qualities.
Redeeming, yes. It's a pity she chose to work as a sellsword, then. Someone who's hired. Well, if the job calls for dead or alive, more power to her, but the jobs don't always do that. I don't live in a noble world. I don't live in a pacifistic world. I live in a world of practicality, Malafane Lithos. And the rest of the Four Kings didn't find it practical that someone could just lie their way through jobs where they're supposed to assassinate someone. They wanted her out, but I insisted she stay. She did save my life, after all. And with this, my opportunity to hopefully save hers, my debt will be complete.
Could you repeat that? You cut out there for the last 5 seconds.
And in preserving hers, the debt will be paid and will be finally complete.
So, where do I come in? You seem to have taken an interest in me. Surely maybe there's a part that I play here. Surely.
But you seem to be a very busy fellow. And while I am always in need of able bodies, you have the look of a man who has other jobs in mind.
I'm not a fool to think I can buy out such deep-rooted sentimentality and nobility. But I just want you to know, Malifane Lythos, I want you to remember, when all is said and done and you've found some measure of peace in your life, who's the one who saved your mother?
Is there another seat in the room where the two are right now?
Yes.
I don't think this is the time to sort of just walk out, but this is definitely a point where Malifane kind of just needs to sit and think on this. So, just gonna have him move to one of the nearby seats and just sort of crouch down and just sort of take everything in.
All right. Jack of Diamond just leans back and lets you have a moment to breathe.
Malifane. Malifane? Why did you run off like that?
What are you doing here?
Friends of yours?
Sorry, were we meant to wait in the waiting room while you fucked off past the receptionist and, ignored everything else?
We were at least trying to be respectful.
What else was I supposed to do? I didn't know what... I'm sorry.
I mean, I can go back. This is a private moment. I mean, family will.
Quinn will look at Azalea and she's just like, Azalea! Oh, God!
She's not going to respond no matter how surprised you are.
I didn't think she was this bad.
Remember I told you she was in that catatonic state.
I know, but I didn't think it would be this blank.
I'm at a loss. What am I supposed to do between what we have going on with Oliverion and her? Oh, right. You two. The letter. This is the Jack of Diamonds, I suppose.
Oh. Pleasure.
He gives a quick nod and a smile.
Apparently he had some involvement with my mother and that whole thing regarding... I'm already blanking out on the name. And regarding Groovon.
I've nothing to say to you.
He tilts his head quizzically, but just nods again.
She's just focused on Azalea.
Malifane repeats back pretty much everything that the Jack of Diamonds told him to Corellian and Quinn.
Wait, so was your mother then stricken with the same disease that...
I should hope. Well, I should hope not, otherwise she wouldn't have been able to do the job.
That part I still don't have any information on.
What sort of disease was it, if you don't mind?
Started with shaking, sweats, lots of fluids leaking where they shouldn't have, and then growths all over the body. I don't want to share the details. They're not very friendly sounding.
Of course, it's between you and your doctor and or Clara.
This doesn't sound similar to anything that we've discovered, does it?
Make a medicine check.
Hmm.
The closest that you would know of would be some of the Okiti-made diseases, bilgebules and the like, but given what you know of Okiti, cures or treatments for those would be a lot more well-known and would not need the heart of a fae to fix them. So, as far as you know, this is not any disease you've heard of.
This is definitely something that would require something more arcane, but it's not something I'm familiar with. Wouldn't have required that heart otherwise.
So, I'm sure this is scratching at a bit of a sore spot, but your mother, if Azalea was afflicted right after this job, what exactly, how long did it take? Was it just like that?
To be honest.
Sorry.
Go
no,
ahead.
you go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you hang up!
No, you hang up.
To be honest, I don't even have much recollection of it myself. I was a child when it happened. Just remember the aftermath.
I can only go off what I've seen. Which has only been recently.
Wait, you were only a child. How long has she been this?
The earliest I remember her seeing in the state was probably when I was around 6 or 7. It's been like this for a while. I was with my father for a while before I lived off in the room. It's cool like that sometimes. But you would know.
I will leave you to it. I'll cease my intrusions.
The Jack of Diamonds also clears his throat, is helped up by 2 beefy dudes in 4 Kings uniforms.
They probably don't want too many people crowding the patient, so I'll see myself out.
Well, thank you again. And Malafine kind of hesitates on this last point. It was nice to meet you. Nice to see you again, I suppose.
Yes, I suppose it was.
And he's out.
Would you prefer I leave as well?
I'm not sure. I just need some time to process all of this.
I understand.
I just don't get it. What was their involvement in all of this? The last thing I know about any of... The last time we saw the 4 Kings was when we went to Port Mirandu, and now suddenly they're here, and suddenly I realize that my mother actually ended up saving his life. Some involvement with Gorewalker, and now... Oh god, my head.
Everyone has their secrets.
Malafane takes a few more minutes just to look over his mother before just saying, "Let's go. She probably needs the rest."
Quintessa was like rubbing his back the whole time. Just making sure he was alright.
Thank you.
Of course.
And you head out of the hospital. Meanwhile, Scam Likely and Momo have chartered out a ferry to head back into the rivers around Baylight towards where they last saw the shipwreck.
Now hold on. I did not say I was doing that yet.
I'm going to back it up then. We're going to Scam and Momo. So what's the plan?
Momo, you sound so different. You guys are like, what the fuck, man?
I must have come down with the bird flu.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, so listen, you remember that, sunken ship we passed a while ago on the way here?
Momo nods.
Yeah, it might be best if you just don't talk. Yeah, so listen, I'm not sure how much you know about war profiteering, but I'm just suggesting that there might be a lot of items on that ship that we could possibly gain possession of now that its crew is at the bottom of the ocean, and therefore it's technically on neutral oceans. And anyway, point is, I'm saying we should go loot that ship.
Well, I don't like the sound of war profiteering, but if people can make use of it, then I suppose it's okay.
Yeah, sure. That's the spirit, Oliver Twist. Maybe
just remember, I could make this voice much worse.
I know you can. You could go full Billy, but we're not quite there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, so what I'm thinking is, I mean, look, I have the means of doing this in a very efficient and time-sensitive manner. If you want to wait around for your friends to maybe get in on this as well, we can. I can do some quick little, I can secure some preparations. But otherwise, you and I could just go out there.
I think it would be a lot safer if we went as a pair in case something happened.
That sounds fine. You know what? How about this? How about we go secure a means of getting back over there. We can go get a little ferry or something. And then we'll go see if your friends are ready to leave yet, yeah? See if they want to come along.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, sure thing. Come on. Just very quickly, I just want to go see if we can charter a ferry to go out to that specific spot. Specifically, not like a rowboat. I mean, like something a little bit bigger that would feasibly be able to hold cargo. Not like in a hole, just something that would not sink if we put big, heavy boxes onto it.
All right. The ferries that go across the river to Baylight are fairly sizable, capable of carrying a pretty good amount of people. So, with you and Momo, you're a goblin and Momo's an Aarakocra, so you're both pretty light. You will have absolutely no trouble putting cargo onto one of the ferries.
Good. Well, yeah, I want to go charter a ferry.
Cool.
Privately for the next few hours.
All right. So chartering a private ferry to go off of Baylight's normal routes is 2 gold a trip rather than the standard 5 silver.
That's fine by me.
Cool.
I'll pay. I'm gonna pay. I'm not gonna be a I'm gonna pay the ferry captain 3 gold pieces for the trip and for any kind of keeping this on the hush hush.
Okay, cool. Momo is also gonna pay because he's going as well.
Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. We'll go ahead and book the ferry. Then let's go check back with everyone else and see if this is something they want to get in on. And if not, then you and I can head out.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, cool. Let's go. Yeah.
Alright. You head over towards the hospital right as Corellian, Quintessa, and Malifane come out.
Ah, guys, there you are. We were looking for you.
We're going to do some more profiteering.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna. Yeah, that's the fucking word of the day, Momo. High five.
Momo, high five, Scam.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking love this guy.
Cool.
What's your definition of war profiteering?
Well, so you remember that sunken ship we passed on the way here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is I have the means of safely and securely getting us down to the ocean floor to go loot around, reclaim the goods that have been lost to the ocean, and sell them back for a higher profit.
What is your particular definition of safe and secure?
We'll be able to breathe underwater. We'll be able to, we'll also be able to ascend very quickly back to the surface with any gained goods, and I'll hold out the sack, my new infused bag of holding, and I've just so happened to have created an extra-dimensional pack able to carry a lot more than it should. So, if there's anything worth getting down there, we'll have plenty of opportunities to get it securely back up to the surface. And not to mention some extra spicing up of the goods through some of my means to make it, to get it sold at a higher price than what it's usually worth.
This sounds like a ridiculous idea, but you know what? I really need a distraction right now.
Yes. This is a good idea.
I'm not sure if good is the right word.
Listen, I understand that war is, it's a moral fucking swamp, let me tell you what. But, if it helps clear your conscience at all, this is a ship that is sunken in neutral waters. It effectively belongs to nobody at this point, and there could be supplies down there that could be put to use by other people, soldiers, innocents or otherwise, and us, by reclaiming them and selling them back into the economy, is really doing society a great service.
Well,
You gotta spend money to make money. Come on, that's basic economics.
Well, I've never looted underwater before.
It's really great. I've never done it before either, I'm just assuming.
Well, for the experience, perhaps.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Malthane lets out a very heavy sigh and says, "Screw it, I need to blow off some steam."
You know, Quintessa, you just gave me an idea for a new business venture. Scam Ventures. It's an experience.
Oh, that's,
I need to say that.
yeah.
Yes, I'll workshop it.
Work in progress.
Anyway, I've chartered a ferry. Basically, whenever you guys are ready to go, we can go.
It's 2 gold per person, by the way. Says
It's 2 gold per person. I did tip a little extra for the hush-hush side of things.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Momo, are you sure you don't need to go to the hospital either? You sound a little off.
I don't know, maybe it's the winter weather affecting me, giving me a little bit of a cold.
Yeah. You know, I got like a cream for that.
I could get cold into all these feathers, but...
Right,
I get very cold, okay?
We'll keep a look on that, I guess.
Great. Scam Venture! Let's go! I double fist the air and walk back towards the docks.
Scam Venture.
Alright. You all head back to the docks on a scam venture.
Oh, yes!
Yeah. Hop onto the ferry and sail out into the waters around Baylight. After a solid couple hours of sailing, you're like 3 to 5 miles off shore now. You get back to where the shipwreck was.
Okay. Yeah, I'll walk up to the ferry captain and says, "Yeah, you can just park her here for a little bit. Might gonna do some exploring down there."
Alright, says the ferry captain, who just kind of leans back and starts smoking a pipe.
I gave a 2-finger salute. Walk back over to the party. Okay, so, swimming basics. Who here does not know how to swim?
Momo raises a hand eagerly.
Great! That's good, because we're not going to be doing any swimming. We're going to be doing sinking. I pull out stones I brought from the shore, 1 for each of everybody. Basically, how this is going to work. For the sake of expediency, I'm going to modify our breathing apparatus to be able to breathe water and oxygen, but mostly water. And then we're all going to jump down with these rocks, sink to the bottom, and once we're at the bottom, we can explore around a little bit. Any questions before we embark on this scam venture?
Malaphane's pupils dilate, and he says, "Isn't there a way we can do this that's a bit more, or a little less drowny?"
Well, you'll be breathing water. You won't... What the fuck are you talking about? You're gonna be... How can you drown when you can breathe it? I mean, what's your point?
Are they active now? Probably hold up the rock.
No, the rocks aren't magical. They're just rocks. Calm down. Stop.
What did you give us rocks for then?
To help you sink to the bottom faster. What do you
To
think?
help you sink to the
Why
bottom?
would we-
Brilliant gesture with their plate armor. Yeah, real helpful.
Okay, but they... You don't get a rock anymore. I take the rock and put it back in the bag of holding.
Okay, just for clarity's sake, how big are the rocks?
They're like... About like the size of Scam's head.
How is that helpful? That's tiny.
It's all I could carry, okay? Fuck you, dude. Come on, what the fuck?
Yeah, fuck you too. Alright.
Okay, anyway.
Okay.
I need... So, for the sake of expediency, I'm going to ritually cast water breathing. So over the next 10 minutes, Scam is grabbing various chemical pouches, and little vials, things together, and pulls up this big fucking syringe from one of his bags, and then begins to mix chemicals, takes like scoops up some, sucks up some like seawater into it, and just begins to do this mess of just random tinkering and arcane crafting, and then goes, alright, this is gonna hurt a little bit. I'm gonna stick the needle into everyone's necks and inject a little bit, and we now can breathe underwater. I'm gonna cast water breathing. Let me put the spell in the chat so everyone can see how this works. This lasts for, I believe, an hour.
24!
Oh, 24 hours. Great. So up to 10 of us, so that should get all of us comfortably. Yeah, okay. So I pass it on everyone.
Alright.
How does he manage
You know, like the backwards fall that divers do to get into the water off a boat? Carlene just does that. Fuck it.
Cool.
Just for flavor text purposes, how the hell does he manage to prick the other two's necks?
He jumps.
He hands a syringe to Jabidi.
Yeah, Jibidi takes the syringe and then just floats towards everyone.
That's not terrifying.
Jibidi also
No, of course not.
Jibidi also doesn't need to breathe underwater, so Jibidi does everyone, and he's like, "Don't worry, he's licensed." So we can all now breathe underwater.
I do have one question.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, the air feels thick to breathe. Okay, what's up?
Do we need any form of eye protection since water and everything?
Nah, you should be fine. Anyway, I'm gonna jump in.
Alright. I think, as intended, water breathing also lets you see underwater so it doesn't get salt in your eyes.
Okay.
So that it's not a
Right.
completely useless spell made to be abused by a killer dungeon master. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't.
Time.
Yeah. So I think it's like how in movies and video games, the protagonist can always just kind of see just fine underwater, even though it's water.
Well, actually, seawater is way easier to see in with your eyes open because
Really?
your own tears are saline.
Yeah, that's why
well.
they call it
true.
seawater. That's why
That's
they call
true.
it seawater.
Oh, the more you know.
Yeah.
Alright.
Amazing joke.
Amazing joke.
Worst joke. Alright,
So-
I'll jump in then.
Cool. Momo jumps in.
I jump in.
Alright.
Malafane jumps in.
You
Oh,
all...
it's like. Well, as I jump in, I realize, oh shit, I forgot something. So I'm beginning to sink, and I'll quickly whip out my gear, and I'm going to create an Eldritch protector cannon and strap it to my back like a backpack. It looks like it basically looks like a little metal disc with some glowing runes carved onto it, and has a diamond slapped in the middle and kind of shoddily strapped to it with rope. Basically, it constantly generates temporary hit points for us, for people within 10 feet of me.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll get the specifics of that in a second, but go ahead.
You all take some staggered plunges into the water, some way down by very tiny rocks, others by a hulking suit of plate armor, so that you slowly drift to the bottom of the river around Baylight. And it's pretty deep. You fall for a solid 5 minutes before you reach the bottom and find a very angry and patiently waiting Corellian down there.
You know that meme with the dog sitting in the middle of a fire where it's going, "This is fine." That's Malafane right now. That is exactly Malafane right now. Just blank expression, sinking to the bottom of the ocean. That's it.
Yep.
Why not?
Alex, is it reasonable to say that everyone who's sinking is within 10 feet of me?
No, because you all jumped off at such very, very different times.
I guess. Okay, fine.
If you wait, eventually you can gather them up to 10 feet around.
I'll fucking wait.
Eventually you all manage to drift to around the same general area.
So, while we wait, how intact is this wreck?
You reach the wreck, see that the mast has been, completely knocked off, and that's why it was floating at the top while the rest of the wreck is so far separated from it. It looks to have been torn apart pretty bad. Most of one side is completely gone and splintered. And there are, a couple of crates floating around, opened, and behind them are some waterlogged corpses.
Great. Once we all touch down the bottom, I want to kind of huddle everyone into 10 feet around me. And I'm going to activate a burst from the protector cannon, so everybody gets some temporary hit points.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
It's D8 plus my intelligence modifier, so everyone has 7 temporary hit points.
Alright.
Nice.
It's just this burst of positive energy comes out from the disc I've created. And, yeah. Okay! I assume we can talk underwater?
Well, if you can breathe underwater, one would assume that it doesn't affect your ability to intake water and not go sputtering.
Yeah! It worked! Great! Awesome.
Wait, you didn't know if this was going to work?
Yeah, it's like 50-50 half the time, man.
Oh.
This is cool. How dark is it down here? How far removed from the sunlight are we?
You are in pretty deep darkness right now.
Great, I'll cast Continual Flame.
Okay.
So I, take out some, little metal rods I carry around with me, that have some inscribed glyphs and little bits of artifice, components to them. I strike them together and they kind of form an everlasting flare that just gives off light. You cast that in the chat.
You crack open your road flares.
I crack open my road flares. Continual flame. Yep. It's basically like a torch, but it can't go out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. You illuminate the torch, and those of you who couldn't see the floating corpses sure can now.
Oh, fuck.
Oh. That's, lovely.
Anyone you recognize over there?
No.
Nope. These do not appear to be anyone that any of you recognize.
Yeah.
This is fine intensifies.
Say,
okay.
Malphane, how about you and I go look for some kind of, I don't know, captain's log or something?
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, Quintessa, you and I can begin looking around for any loot. Jibity, keep a lookout.
I'll provide moral support!
Thank you, Momo.
Thank you, Momo.
Thank you, Momo.
Alright. Everyone but Momo and Jibity step into the remains of the ship. Step is kind of a word for it, because you can kind of swim a little bit, but you sink to the bottom eventually, because gravity is a thing.
Yeah, because we don't have air in our lungs.
Mm-hmm. It's turned completely on its side, so to get into any of the interior quarters, you'd have to get up a little bit and open a door to a turned horizontal room.
Works for me.
Cool.
Alright then.
Alright. I'm going to go with Corellian and Malphane first, who head for the front of the ship, open up the door into the captain's quarters, and kind of go inside, dropping to what was a wall, but is now the ocean floor. There are a couple of papers floating about in the waterlogged room. The desk is basically split in half at this point.
Repeat that last part?
The desk is basically split in half, and there are some papers floating around the waterlogged captain's quarters. Windows are open, so there is no telling how many papers flew out of there and were carried away by currents.
It's quite the damage around here.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm just stating.
Well, let's see how many of these are legible.
Alright. You grab one of the notes. It is completely soaked through. It's ink and paper underwater for at least a day. What did you expect?
Waterproof ink exists. Second of all, magic exists, so who the
Hey,
fuck
if you can read
knows?
books and Sea of Thieves underwater, why can't you read them in Fallen Empires?
You take 1d8 Sea of Thieves damage.
A new kind of damage.
A new kind of damage.
Why does everything taste like seawater? Fuck.
Humor me. And I doubt this, I severely doubt this is going to work, but I just kind of, I'm spitballing here. If I have proficiency with cartographer's tools, could I maybe make out something?
You're confusing cartographers and calligraphers tools again.
Yeah.
God damn it!
Cartographers is map making, calligraphers is writing. But I think you have calligraphers tools unless you changed it over because we realized that...
I don't even remember.
Alex,
No, wait, it was calligraphers.
I'm not there, but would mending work on this?
You're not there, but yeah.
You're not there, and they're not, like, split, they're soaked through.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, okay, never mind. Ignore me.
I will say, why the hell not? Let's do calligrapher's tools with intelligence to see if you can make out what some of these notes say.
Alright. I have it set to wisdom, so intelligence. Alright. Here we go.
Nice.
You can get a little bit of it. A lot of it is very boring. What happened day to day, what dances we did on any particular day. At the beginning, they mentioned they were sailing off to Blind Vault in the west of Irion to sell some additional armaments there in exchange for medicine.
Looks like some pretty standard stuff here, to be honest. Stuff about medicine, dances. Pretty usual.
Dances.
They have to entertain themselves somehow on a boat.
I mean, fair. Ship I was on for a year was a bit more uptight than that, I guess. Armaments,
Really?
huh?
Really, what was that like, if you don't mind me asking?
What? Being at sea for a year? Same
Yeah.
as being at land for a year. Do your work, you take your orders, you travel from place to place, do some maintenance. It is what it is.
For some to be described as strict, it doesn't sound all bad.
I mean, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it just was.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Chapter in life. So, sir, anything else that would be interesting in these captain's quarters?
Make an investigation check.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Alex, quick question while they're rolling. I forgot that magical tinkering allows me to make things light up. Can I retcon having cast continual flame and instead use that to make a glowing 5-foot bright light stone that everyone has?
Sure, yeah.
Great. So I'll give one to my group, one to Momo, and then one to Krillin and Mal.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Alright. 26 investigation. You notice that in the wood there appear to be very small scratch marks. Like, not deliberate scratches. These are more like claws on someone's finger or toenails. And with a 26, you recognize them in kind of a footprint shape. The footprint shape of an Okidi.
That's odd. This looks like this was... Actually, these look very familiar. Take a look at this. And he points out the footprints.
I mean, I don't know if odd would be the way I would put it.
Well, not odd, but interesting to say the least.
Interesting indeed. Are the footprints on what would be the floor?
No.
They're on what would be what we're walking on, like the walls?
They are on, like, the walls, what would be an adjacent wall. These footprints were not made when the ship was in proper shape.
Yeah. Well,
They were
looks
not
like,
made when it was in proper shape?
When the ship was still floating on the water and not sunk into the bottom.
Okay, so this wasn't like when it was time to abandon ship, so to speak.
26 investigation. All I'm gonna say is the Okidi did not walk on this ship when it was still floating and in service.
Got it.
I think our friend Scamuel is going to be a little disappointed. Perhaps this was already scuttled, it looks like.
Oh, this should be fun at the very least.
Yeah.
I take it back. This was a good adventure.
Well, once we got you out of sight of the corpses, at least.
Shall we head back then? May as well tell the others.
Nah. Let him find out on his own.
Speaking of, Scam and Quintessa descend to what was below deck and find there are a couple of crates floating about here and there. Like, it looks like there was room for more, but there are only 8, 4 of which are tightly bound by rope, the others of which are more free-floating, and about 2 of the free-floating ones are somewhat ajar.
Okay, this is progress.
It's not a lot.
No, but I mean, I expected it to be kind of looted by now. That's alright. Who knows how long this thing's been down here for. Okay, so, the ones that are closed, let's not open them, because it might ruin what's inside. Though let's give them a quick once-over to see if they are, sealed tight. There might be a little, waterproof. But, yeah, I want to swim over to the ones that are already kind of ajar and glance inside.
The ones that are kind of ajar, you push aside the lid, leaving it to float in the water. They're empty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this one's empty. While this is, I'm gonna just kind of begin ritually casting Detect Magic, in the background, just as a precaution. I'm gonna go over to the ones that are, like, sealed.
Okay.
Tied up. I'm gonna give them a nice little poke and push to feel like if they are empty or if they have things in them.
You hear something rattle from within the crates.
Rattle in response to me pushing it, or rattling just naturally?
In response to you pushing it.
Let me clarify. Rattling as in I poked it and something inside went boom, 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 or it moved as it should have based on how I moved it. Is it like I shook an animal crate, or did I just am I hearing its contents move around in there?
You are hearing the contents of the crate move around. It does not seem like there is something moving of its own volition inside the crate.
Gotcha. That gave me a bit of a panic. Okay, this is not bad. And how many are there?
Something.
Yeah, something. How many are there sealed?
4.
Okay, that's not bad.
Would you want to
You can start moving them in just a second. I actually, while I am still casting Detect Magic, I would like to make a check to see if I can kind of glean what these chests might contain, just based on evidence around the area, or any notable things on the chest, on the crates I find, like markings, brandings, anything of interest, really.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Sure thing. And I'm also going to use Flash of Genius to give myself a +4.
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, this is investigation, you said?
Investigation, yes.
Cool, just making sure I don't have disadvantage. Investigation.
So that's 18.
So 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make one as well, if that's alright.
Alright. You look around,
Nice!
Oh, that's pretty good!
You know what? Just for the hell of it, I get a couple uses of it per day. I'm also going to do Flash of Genius for Quintessa so that they get a fucking 27.
Thank you.
Great. Excellent. Scam, you take a look at the outside of these crates. They are not marked specifically, but given that this sailed out from Port Mirandu, you would wager that it was made by some of the smiths in there. The empty ones are obviously useless to you, but there are two that are not sealed, and you take a quick look in there. There appear to be a couple of, small arms in there, crossbow bolts and daggers mostly, in those two crates. You're not quite sure what's in the sealed ones, Scam.
Great.
I'll answer your question before I get to Quintessa's result.
Great. Yeah. Well, then the ones that have the arms in them, I'm going to begin scooping those out and putting them into my bag of holding.
Okay. Quintessa, you take a careful listen, as careful as you can, because you're underwater, and even if you can breathe, hearing's still going to be a little wonky. And what you hear in the sealed crates as they rattle is something that sounds like it's made of glass.
Glass, alright. Sounds fragile.
Okay, then we'll be extra careful with it. Did it sound intact, or does it sound like it's broken?
It sounded intact.
Okay, we'll be extra careful with that. How many weapons did I get from...
I will roll for it!
Woo! Rolling!
Oh,
Rawhide.
Rolling.
Oof. So, there are only 9 daggers still in those crates, but the crossbow bolts, hopefully there's gonna be more.
Hopefully.
jinxed.
Cross your fingers.
There are 35 crossbow bolts still in the cases there.
Nice.
Okay, not too bad. Okay, and that was the unsecured chest that were not like. Okay, cool. And then there's only 2 other crates of interest in here.
Those were in the unsecured crates that were not already opened.
Yes. Cool. Great. Then the secured crates. You said there's 2 that have stuff in them.
There are 4 secured crates. You're not sure how many have stuff in them, but you tested the one, and it rattles with the sound of something glass.
Oh, gotcha. Well, then we'll just grab all the secured crates. How heavy are they to move around underwater?
They are incredibly light.
They're incredibly light. Okay. I'm getting the feeling this might not have been worth it. Well, let's grab them. Can we 2 per person grab a crate?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let's do
Cool. Yeah. Let's do.
Then
we'll have 10 minutes pass that I can just have a detect magic flare up.
I'd say yes.
Okay.
You don't detect anything magical in the crates or in the ship.
Just keeping that active. So that's
Yeah,
got the range of detect magic going on around me.
Cool.
Cool. All right, we'll guess drag these back outside to Momo.
All right.
Bits.
By the shining but very short in distance light, eventually all of the groups meet back up with each other.
Hey, we found shit.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I got some weapons from some crates that I can probably sell back for a decent profit. Yeah, we haven't opened these yet, but we're not gonna do it underwater just in case there's anything, valuable that will get ruined. You guys find anything?
Not physical per se, but we learned something about the ship itself.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Well, we found out that it was once inhabited by Okidi, and well, now it's not. So that's a thing.
Let's just say the Okidi had a very, very, very temporary and underwater inhabitation of the ship.
Interesting. Well, these Jays got something in them, so that's all right.
Let's just leave.
Yeah, you guys ready to get out of here?
Yes. It's very scary in here.
All right, everyone, sit tight for a minute. I'm gonna cast another spell. Hold on. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do this ritually. I'm gonna cast. I'll just go and spend a spell. I'm gonna cast Water Walk on everybody here. So, because we're all underwater, we all effectively just... No, that's water breathing again, my bad. We all effectively...
What happens if you cast Water Walk while you're underwater? Do you just start taking like a stairway to heaven?
If you target a creature submerged in a liquid, the spell carries the target to the surface of the liquid at a rate of 60 feet per second.
Interesting.
It specifies.
Yep, it does. So, holding onto the crates, Scam will quickly walk around and just very quickly go to everybody and just kind of like takes out this little piece of coral that has been wrapped around with some like bronze and metal banding and has like runes inscribed on them, and just taps everyone on the forehead, and they begin to shoot back up towards the surface. And I assume that Quintessa and Scam are still holding the crates as we go up, as we ascend.
All right. They are. As you do so, a couple minutes later, in staggered bursts, you all pop up to the surface of the water. The ferry boat operator looks over and sees you a couple of yards out. Oh, hey! I thought you were dead.
Nope. Quite the opposite, in fact. And we all I will hoist the crates onto the ship, if possible.
They're very light. It's pretty easy to do that.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, good.
That's good. All right, so let's hope these. I immediately begin vomiting up seawater as I end water breathing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not used to that part. You guys good? Damn. All right, cool. Let's open the chests.
All right. You scoot away some of the rope that was binding one of the boxes shut, and you open it. You hear a click.
Uh-oh.
There was another rope on the underside of the lid that pulls tight and then snaps, and there's this burst of black liquid that completely covers your face and upper torso, Scam.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in my mouth. It's in my mouth.
This is just a running theme, isn't it?
No, actually, the aftertaste isn't so bad. Hey, DM, what the fuck is on me?
Momo, Corellian, and Malifane, you've seen this before. This is Blackwater. It is the same stuff that was being drilled up at the oil rig at the City of Shimmering Lights.
Well, luckily for you, it's not a kitty poison or disease. It's just Blackwater. Flammable liquid fuel of some kind.
I prestidigitated off of me.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Yeah. We'll just whisk it away. Okay. Great. Was it valuable?
Probably not.
You look into the crate now that you've been covered in the black water, and you see a bunch of shards of broken glass with some black water sitting at the bottom.
Oh no.
Fudge!
Do I know if black water is valuable?
Make an intelligence check.
I'm just assuming it's like oil, so therefore it's, worth something. Intelligence check, sure. I'm so good in just straight intelligence.
Just straight intelligence.
Gotcha. 18
for you, regardless of what score you get.
Oh, nice. From what you've heard, it could be used as fuel for a lot of clockwork devices and whatnot. So yeah, you think that for the right buyer, Blackwater's pretty valuable.
Shit. Okay, well maybe I can scrounge up some that's in the bottom. I'm gonna go over to the other crate and very thoroughly check to make sure that that's not going to happen to me again.
Make a perception check.
Malifane smiles and steps away.
Hey, DM.
I'll do the same with my chest as well.
Yeah, well, hey, DM, because I, am aware that this existed, can I maybe get a perception check with advantage?
Sure.
Because I have a -2 wisdom.
Sure.
Okay, perception with advantage. That's a 3.
You'll be fine.
Great! I opened my crate.
You were not fine! There's more Blackwater traps in there!
God damn it! Fuck!
Hate to break it to you, buddy, but most of the contents on this ship are zilch 0.
What? What the fuck do you mean? This is my mouth ship. What do you mean it's zilch 0? It's Blackwater. That's worth something.
We checked around the other side of the ship. There's nothing there. Probably the same over there, too.
Well, I mean, Blackwater, fuck you. Anyway, Quinn, you do your... I prestidigitated off me again, and I go, stomp over to the corner of the ferry for a second. Rude.
Well, Malafane, I don't suppose you could try and disable the trap on it, if you can find it?
Sure, why not? I'll give it a shot.
Alright.
Uh,
Perception and then Thieves' Tools. Perception with
Okay.
advantage, because you're pretty sure you know what the trap is by now.
I have a good feeling about this.
Do it.
Yeah, it's whenever the lid gets opened too much and the rope snaps. You're fairly sure that you could just carefully cut the rope if you open it only a little.
Just regular thieves' tools, or?
Regular Thieves' Tools.
Alright, come on, take a look at this. See that rope there? Just gotta disarm that, and...
Flash of
There you
genius
go.
to give him a +4.
Okay, that flash
I can do it.
that
I can do it
flash
as
of
a reaction,
genius
so-
saved him from having the black water burst on him. The trap's not disabled, but you really don't want to mess with it anymore because it sounded like a lot of snapping of rope fiber.
So, just, like, in the middle of that sentence, he's like, so you just gotta disable that rope, and I'm gonna just leave that be,
Back up, close the lid.
And I think you should too, honestly, if your luck is anything to go by.
How about... Okay, hold on. I whip out my thieves' tools. How about I try?
Alright,
My thieves' tools are a +10.
Fucking do it.
go for it then.
Oh, I'm suddenly unable to hear everyone. Oh no, 1 second.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, rip.
Oh,
What the
god.
heck? Okay, I can hear everyone again.
Okay, go for it. Yeah,
Okay,
Thieves' Tools.
That was very... Everyone went quiet very quickly. Yeah, I have expertise in thieves' tools, so... Can I... Do I have this with advantage now? 'Cause I'm
No.
aware of... Okay.
If the rogue doesn't get expertise in it, neither do you, buddy.
I have expertise, I just don't have advantage. Go away.
I mean, advantage. The rogue doesn't get advantage in it, neither do you.
21.
Okay,
Fair enough.
21. The DC was made harder because of the almost failure, but 21 is enough to safely cut the rope.
I cut the rope and I open the thing, I throw the lid in the fucking ocean.
Swoosh. The lid slowly sinks into the ocean. Inside there are... I'm gonna roll for it.
Okay.
3 intact vials of black water.
What?
3 intact vials of black water.
No, that's pretty good.
Take
Cool.
them and get them out of my sight.
I'm pocketing them.
Alright.
We still got one more chest.
Ugh, just pushes it to you.
I guess I'll thieves' tools it again.
Can you
Okay.
just give me advantage instead of a
Wait. If Mal and I do it together, does one of us roll with advantage? Because we're using the
Yes.
help
There we
action.
go.
The
So
help
wait, what-
action will work.
I have a +10 thieves' tools.
Oh, the one time where the rogue doesn't have the higher score. Okay, take advantage then.
Okay. 28 or an 18.
I'm just gonna go ahead and take that 28. You just are freaking sick and tired of this. You open the lid, it's immediately disarmed.
Yep.
There you
That's
go.
That's how a pro does it.
Mm-hmm.
Watch and learn, everyone. Anyway, how many we got? 2.
2 vials.
Right.
Looks like they didn't fully set up this trap.
Yeah, it's fine. Alright, 5 vials of black water added from our shipwreck gains.
You mind if I take a look at one of those, actually?
Yeah, go for it. I tossed him.
Oh,
You
just-
toss it to him?
Yeah, I tossed it to him.
Make a sleight of hand check, Malafane.
Sleight of hand check, you got it, okay. This is gonna get me in that one, isn't it?
No, don't say that.
Okay.
Alright.
Reverse psychology at its finest.
You catch the flying vial of black water before it splatters all over you.
Okay. Well, thank you, I think. Anyways. So, at least we got something out of this, I suppose.
Roughly, how much do I think Blackwater is worth?
With an 18, you don't know an exact amount, but you do know, like, some of the biggest users and consumers of Blackwater in recent years have been the kobolds.
Good to know. So we have 5 vials of black water. Cool. Cool. Those will go into the bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's
excellent. That's it.
Wasn't a total wash. Get it? Wash. Ocean. Water.
Stop it.
Alex, would you?
I would. So, as you hold the vial of black water in your hands, Malifane, you get some inspiration as to what the hell you
I
want
was
to
talking about damage, but okay, sure.
Oh, pun damage. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna roll for pun damage. I saw the thing you posted in chat, and I was assuming you were talking about that.
I mean, whichever one you want to take care of first.
Xander, you take 3 pun damage. That's easy to do.
Yeah!
And you get a flash of inspiration, and decide, hey, now I've got alchemist tools. I can probably experiment with this. Fuck it, why not?
I mean, if you want to be that fucking vague about it, sure, okay.
You said, Alex, would you? And you just posted this is my excuse to introduce alchemist tools. That's what I'm working with, Scott. You know what, Scott?
Damage. Jesus Christ, Alex.
You know what, Scott? 6 shame damage, Scott.
Fine. No, you know what? No. Fuck you. Fuck you. Where is it? I already lost track of it. You know what I'm doing. Uncanny dodge that.
I didn't know Scott had uncanny dodge.
Scott doesn't have levels in Rogue.
Oh, I see. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, pun damage and shame damage target specifically the players and not the characters. You have alchemist tools. That's how I'm introducing the fact you have alchemist tools.
That's terrible. I'll take it.
I love you too, Scott. Anyway, you sail back to the mainland of Baylight. You are very, very lucky you did not try to open those underwater. Black water cancels out water breathing.
Lovely. Someone put that in miscellaneous tools in the...
Yep, good to know.
Miscellaneous notes.
I'll just cast precipitation to dry myself.
Same. No, Quintessa allowed me to do it, and I can fucking do it to Quinn.
Thank you.
Excuse me 1 second. Out of character real quick, but
Oh, gee, how did that go off prematurely?
How did that happen?
Alright. You all get back to shore at Baylight.
Nice.
Alright. Not that bad of an experience.
I'll admit it served as a nice distraction, regardless of how temporary it was.
So, do we plan to stay here more, or should we set off?
Well, usually it's the code of the war profiteer to not sell the games you loot nearby at the town that is closest to that site, so personally I'm good to go whenever.
Alright.
Do you have any other business, Malifane?
Oh, I'm sorry, Corellian, are you cold? I prestidigitate all the water off Corellian.
I appreciate it. I'm still really cold though, and Corellian just sort of leans against Mosca, who is waiting at the docks.
Alright.
Here, let me cast heat metal on Corellian. No kidding.
You're terrible.
Luckily, Corellian's plate armor is not metal. It's made of scales.
Ah.
It also has fire resistance.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So it would
yeah.
just be like a really warm electric blanket.
But yeah, Malifane, did you have any other business?
No. I suppose she's in safe hands.
Yes.
Sure.
If what he says is true, then I don't think we should wait any longer. Let's spend the night and then head out in the morning.
Alright.
Okay.
Good to me.
Works for me.
Alright. You head back to the tavern, which is nice and quiet as always. spend a night where nothing particularly of note happens. And you're up the next morning.
Cool, I'm gonna change my spells.
Do that.
Oh, does all temporary hit points go?
Oh, yeah,
temporary
they're
hit
gone.
points. They're gone.
We didn't need those at all.
Hey,
But it was still nice to have
a
nonetheless.
precaution. A precaution.
Fair enough.
There might have
actually-
been some random encounters underwater that you were lucky enough to avoid.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough.
Good. Actually, before we leave, I would like to ask the proprietor, or whoever is available, about that certain rumor we heard something about an assassination attempt.
Oh, yeah, I don't place a whole lot of stock in rumors. They get people talking and the like. But, someone tried to make a run on the Jack of Diamonds vault. Jack of Diamonds was there, so they made an attempt. I don't know where they put the body, but it's pretty far offshore.
Oh, sounds about right. So it actually did happen then.
Yeah.
Well, God's pity the poor bastard who thought that was a good idea.
Some people just don't have any smarts whatsoever.
Really a shame, but the more to go around for the rest of us then. Thank you, and I will slip a silver.
Alright. The bartender takes it with an appreciative nod and weighs you out. You all charter another ferry for 5 silver each to go on one of the usual routes out of Baylight and to the mainland. They go southwest, south, and southeast, so any of them have the same price.
Alright then.
Great. Yeah, wait, we're going to Ashran, Elora, right?
Yeah.
What's the so? They're like, do we take the ferry back to the shore, or do we take it like? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it'll be on foot the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing I left. Oh wait, no, horse is still with us. Horse is just at the dock. So horse is on the ferry with us again.
Horse is on the ferry.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you sail back onto the shore.
Alright.
And I'm assuming... actually, you have a choice here.
Oh.
Yeah, do you want to go onto the trade road highway, or do you want to just go directly towards it, like along the mountains?
I think
I'm
the trade
done.
road.
So trade road is...
Trade road would be southeast.
Okay.
That would be the quickest way to get onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds probably better.
Alright.
Any objections, the rest of you? Oh,
You don't need
wow,
Nah,
too late.
Sounds good to me.
I wasn't hearing any objections, so I just went ahead.
No?
Works for me.
And cause the trade road is like an established highway, you can move one whole hex farther. Wow.
Fucking cool.
Before you
Dope.
head off of the trade highway and settle down to make camp.
I can't believe we're making camp on the highway. We're gonna get fucking run over.
You had a little ways off. You went to like an exit ramp. You're not gonna get trampled by midnight riders. Alright.
Alright. We should set up. We should take watch. I'll take first shift.
Alright,
wait.
Mosca and I will take second.
Oh, was staying outside.
Do you see any buildings?
No, I'm sorry. It's been a while.
I mean, unless you brought a tent, in which case, go for it.
I mean, I have an extra dimensional space I can create, but it only lasts an hour, so it doesn't seem like the most productive thing to sleep in.
That is definitely...
You can take mine if you'd like.
No, it's...
I mean, you can sleep in the bag of holding if you want to, but you might not survive the night.
Do I look stupid?
No, not particularly.
Right, so who's taking third?
I guess I'll do it. Fuck. With my perception score of minus.
I wasn't gonna say anything. But...
Excellent.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. First watch perception roll, please.
You got it. My character sheet is closed. Now there we go.
All right. You note like a couple of late night travelers heading northeast, but other than that, like no one really stops off the side of the highway alongside you, and it's pretty quiet otherwise.
Alrighty. Good.
Second watch, please.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is that two nat ones in a
Oscar and I
row?
were both distracted, I guess.
Muska sees like a very fascinating moth and is just chasing after that throughout the entirety of watch.
Amusedly watch Mosca and kind of shiver every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of shivering, it starts to rain.
Great. I'll stir the coals a little bit and wake up Scaniel when it's his turn.
Yeah, 5 more minutes.
No. Wake up.
Fine. I'll get up. Wait till everyone falls back asleep. Hey, Jabidi, you're the point man. Wake me up if anything goes wrong. I fall asleep and have Jabidi keep watch. Jabidi has a higher perception score than I do. This is only valid.
Okay.
He has a +2 perception to my -2. To 6.
That's not that great.
Jabidi floats there throughout the entirety of the night, unmoving, unblinking, staring in one direction.
Oh, that's great.
It would be a little terrifying if he didn't look like Jabidi.
Yeah.
Christ.
You stare into the abyss, the abyss stares back.
The least threatening thing in existence.
Mm-hmm. Morning comes.
Malifane sits up and just sees the homunculus just still sitting there. And he just blinks twice and just shrugs it off. He's just like, I don't even want to know.
It's cold.
It's cold and it's still a little rainy.
You okay there?
Been better, but it's alright.
Hey, we'll be there soon enough. Just try to hang in there.
Okay.
Yeah, the faster we get to the forest, at least we get some sort of cover. Krellian is already sitting on Mosca's back. Their claws are just sort of buried in her ruff of fur.
I mean, if you want cover, you can just sit underneath the cart, but the cart will move, and you'll have to crawl back under it.
Scamuel.
And then I'll move again.
Scamuel.
It's a vicious cycle that you have to repeat
Thank
sometimes, you know. Oh,
Right.
sorry, were you saying something? Oh, okay, cool.
Alright. You head off.
Nice.
The morning passes without incident. In the afternoon, the trade highway stops. And by stops, I mean, it doesn't, like, run out of road, per se. There's still road. It just pulls violently upward at an almost 90-degree angle and ends in some jagged shards. And around that is, like, this large pit full of dirt. On the other side of the pit is an identical scene. The trade highway curving up into the air, ending in jagged shards, and the pit just below it.
Well.
Oh.
Man, the local infrastructure has really gone to shit. We able to walk around this?
Oh yeah, easily.
No.
Great. I'm gonna start walking around it.
Deep does that pit look?
Make a perception check.
You know what? I'm interested in this too, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Let
Take
me,
my advantage then, but...
Oh, okay. Sure.
Take advantage, perception boy!
Oh.
Life has many doors, Ed boy.
Perception.
Wow!
That's not
so many
Malifane.
ones.
All right. Malifane, you take a look to see approximately how deep the pit of dirt is. The answer is it's fairly deep, like around 10-15 feet or so, but there's not a lot of dirt in it, just a very thin top layer. Quintessa, you discover this when you step into it and fall straight through.
Oh no! Oh no!
You slide down to the bottom of the pit of dirt, Quintessa, look up, and see a bunch of very confused Oread staring over at you.
You guys hear something?
Oh! Hello?
Quintessa, are you all right?
I'm fine.
The Oread look
hold
at
on.
Quintessa, look at each other, look up, look at Quintessa, look at each other. This continues for a little bit.
Hold on, we've got some rope up here. Just give us a second.
Alright, I say to the Oread, don't mind me, just passing through. I'll just be on my way.
The Oread tilt their heads in confusion, look over to one of their number, who puts a fist under his chin, listens, slowly nods.
Nice.
A rope sort of ends up heading down.
Yeah, there we go.
Within
Hey.
Quintessa's reach. Carlene's
Hey,
holding
DM.
it, and then Mosca has the end between her teeth.
Hey DM, newbie question.
Yes.
What's an Oread?
Okay. Scam, having lived on Irion, you are familiar with the Oread.
Sure.
They've been in the news recently. The Oread are
Correct.
essentially humanoids embedded with elemental earth energy. Think Genesee, but not with genie blood in their veins.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
They recently ousted the dwarves from the northwestern city of Demdor and have taken it over for themselves. And they're the
Great.
ones that are apparently at war with the elves now.
Oh, fun. You guys want any help down there?
Alright.
Okay. Oh, I was talking to the Oread.
Oh.
The what?
I think they're alright.
Just, you see the rope, Quintessa?
Yes, I'm climbing up.
Yeah, it's braced, don't worry. Mosca and I
No.
won't let you fall.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just easy there.
Yeah.
Easy there.
I never
Quintessa,
want to
you climb
climb.
up, and the Oread do not make any attempt to stop you.
Oh, what nice people.
I look down the hole. You guys want to buy any weapons?
The Oread look up at Scam.
Hey, how you doing? Scam likely. How you doing?
Look over at the one Oread in particular, who looks over at you, Scam,
Yeah.
smirks. What are you selling?
Oh.
Well, you see, yeah, I recently came into possession of some wares that you might find interesting. I pull out the bag of holding. Nothing super, nothing. Supplies are low, what with the war on and all. I got some crossbow bolts. Any of you, by chance, use crossbows?
The Oread stare dead-eyed at you.
How about daggers? You guys like stabbing things?
These are small weapons for a small people.
This is fair. You guys have any use for Blackwater, I suppose?
The Oread look at each other again, look back to the one. Blackwater is for those who use the ancient contraptions. We have cast them aside.
You know what? Valid. Okay, well, sorry. Maybe next time I pass by this trade road, or whenever I come onto the next spot that's been inconveniently uprooted, I can, maybe have restocked my wares and can bring you, I don't know, fucking mining tools or something. Like, what do you guys need?
That is inconsequential, as we will likely not be here in the morning.
You know what? It's also valid. Alright, well, hey, tell your friends about Scam Likely, and, I won't tell the elves that you're digging in near their land.
They will know shortly.
Ha! Yeah, that's right. Fuck him up. Alright, have a good day.
And you back away from the hole.
I wonder what they use as currency.
Honestly, probably the same thing as the rest of us.
Having actually been to Demdor, the answer is gold pieces.
Yep.
Oh, fascinating.
Alright. Anyone else want to do anything with the Oread?
Nuh-uh.
Not particularly.
See, Scam backtracks for a second and goes, hey, what the fuck are you digging up the road for, by the way?
Jesus Christ.
This is the trade road they are so proud of. It is useless to them now.
Yeah, stick it to the man. Okay, have a good day. And I walk away.
Alright.
God, fucking Oread, man, they're crazy. I'll tell you what.
I have minimal experience.
You know, that's actually not far off from the description of one that we've met.
Don't you dare speak ill of him, Malifane.
I'm just saying.
Exceptional example of a beast.
He smirks and just says, I'm just saying.
Prince Zordan is probably the nicest person we've ever met.
Oh, he's very kind. I'm not saying that's not the case.
He's not just crazy. Just because he's loud and is enthusiastic doesn't mean he's got any rocks loose or anything.
Let's just move on.
Alright.
Whatever, Malifane.
You head back to where the highway is intact and move along, heading into the forest.
Yay, forest. Be on the lookout for bears.
Alright. As you get into wooded terrain and the sun starts to set, casting a shadow over your journey, Malifane, because your passive perception is high enough for this, you notice as you go that there are, inconsistencies in the forest canopy. You look up and you see that, sure, there are still trees around there, leaves and stuff covering sunshine from above, but there are also metal sheets painted from below to look like a forest canopy. Just hanging several feet off the ground, attached to some of these trees.
Do they look like they were installed recently?
Yes.
Could I ask how recently?
Make an investigation check.
Cool. Now I'm intrigued. I don't know why I have advantage. I'm going to turn that off.
I guess I'm going to take the 21.
You know, I appreciate that, because I really don't like the look of that 21.
All right. These look to be very, very recent, within 2 days at the earliest.
Okay. Anything else?
Active perception check, please.
Active perception.
So, not passive perception, just roll normal perception.
I get you. Yeah. Oh, well.
You don't see anything else from below.
Does the metal look valuable?
Oh my god.
Scam!
Reach it.
Scam, make an intelligence check.
I fucking will. Listen, I know metal. Intelligence said?
Intelligence.
Didn't mean to roll with advantage. So just take the dirty 20.
Okay, I'll take the dirty 20.
Missed opportunity.
It's hard to say.
The natural 20 was the second roll, so I mean...
No, I know, that's a waste of...
That's unfortunate.
Oh. Yeah.
It's hard to say. It's painted, so identifying exactly what metal this was is a little bit harder, but given your eye for all things valuable, Scam, you don't think this is made of any, precious metals. Scrap metal, whatever was lying around, basically. You're sure that if you took it apart and melted it down, someone would pay a little bit of money for it, but,
hey,
it's not...
I tossed Jabidi a dagger. Hey, Jabidi, fly up there and cut that one down.
Alright. Jabidi grabs the dagger, floats up, poking at it with the dagger.
Malifane's just gonna start looking around cautiously, just in case, because this is a bad idea.
An arrow goes flying and just barely misses Jabidi from above.
Yep, called it.
Hey, Jabidi, come back down here. Get the fuck back down here. Jabidi, fucking come down here right now.
Jabidi slowly floats down. What's Jabidi's armor class?
Jabidi has an armor class of 13.
Okay. It embeds itself. An arrow embeds itself directly in Jabiti's head.
Alright, Jabiti, get the fuck down here real quick. He has a fly speed of 40 feet. He's still up. He has 3 hit points left.
Alright. Jabiti floats down, wobbling a little bit in his flight path as he lands.
Sorry! I didn't mean to fucking offend you!
You idiot.
Just screamed it out into the forest.
Okay.
Didn't know there was a claim on your scrap.
Scam, what's your armor class?
Scam has an armor class of 16.
That is a hit exactly. As you scream this out, bump! Arrow strikes you in the shoulder.
Ow! Fuck! You fucking assholes! What the? Oh god!
I arm myself.
Do I see where that came from?
Just generally from above. Now that there are actually arrows, you can see like the movement of several figures in the canopies above, and occasionally hear a dong as they land on the scrap metal, run across it, and leap to another upright sheet.
Oh, now it's fucking personal.
Daniel, stop.
They damaged my suit.
Yeah, and
You almost damaged that property.
Forget about your suit. Look out.
I'm looking out.
I look up. Is there any more arrows coming out fucking way?
Currently, no.
Actually, now I'm interested. Is the arrow still lodged in Jabiti?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I... Okay. Hear me out on this. I'd like to remove the arrow because I want to inspect it and see, like, its craft. See, like, where, like, does that make sense? Like, where specifically it came from? Who? Which side is this from?
Make a survival check.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna hold, while he's doing that, I'm gonna hold Jabiti and begin casting Mending on him.
Okay.
To heal him.
Alright, easy there. 1, 2...
Chunk. Oh right, I forgot. I have bowshot sound effects that I could have played.
We could try again.
You have some very delayed arrows.
Again. Ow! Fuck.
You hear some very
Wow,
delayed
the
arrows.
arrows moved so fast that we just got the sound.
Oh, I've heard of these. These are the delayed timing arrows. These are the chronomancers of Irion.
Son of a bitch, they cast it slow!
Oh no. On themselves, fuck.
On themselves.
Right then.
Everything hurts.
Alright. This is a very easy check. You do not know the Oread to use arrows as ranged weapons. The elves, however, that's kind of their thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You don't piss off elf. That's the cardinal rule of elves.
Not the cardinal rule of elves is don't marry an elf if you're not an elf, because then you're going to have your heart broken because they'll live on past you and your children.
Shut your mouth.
Don't say that in front of Malafane.
No, that's not the concern.
Well, the concern can come later. Right now we should move.
As you get up to move, you hear one of the elves call down, "Why are you here?"
Oh, great.
Hey, how you doing? Scam likely. Businessman traveling down the road.
Someone besides the goblin!
That's valid.
Right. We have business in Ashran, Elora.
That.
Business that involves sabotage of our defenses?
That wasn't consensual. That was Scam's idea.
Yeah, he's, sort of, it's more of a coincidence that we happen to be going in the same direction at this point. At least it feels like it.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage because that's a plausible excuse as to why you're with Scam Likely.
Yeah.
You slowly hear the sound of bowstrings, tension being released. Reasonable enough. Mind where you step and where you go. We wouldn't want any other unfortunate accidents.
Excuse me on that.
Mm-hmm.
What are you perceiving?
the moment I hear "watch where you step," I immediately just go into panic mode. So
yeah, I'm just gonna shut up and I'm just gonna begin casting Mending on Jabidi repeatedly until he's back to full hit points.
Okay. You look around for any traps. On this particular stretch of road, there don't appear to be any. By the looks of things, the elves' defenses are death from above with arrows at this particular point.
Cool.
Right.
I guess we'll just keep walking and pray to God that the arrows don't rain upon us then.
We'll be headed out. Thank you very much. God's bless. Stay safe.
Yeah, be careful. Trees are flammable.
Scamuel.
Yeah, that's gonna trigger another shot from...
Oh, what?
You duck as an arrow goes flying past you. This one with a sound effect reasonably on time.
Fool me twice.
Scamuel.
Yeah.
Let's get walking.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Let's go.
Anybody else taste blood?
No.
No, just for pleasure, I guess.
Just you, I guess.
Great. Oh shit, there's an arrow in me.
Yeah, you'll get better.
I guess the arrows aren't the only thing that are delayed.
Oh, give me that. Hold on. And Krellian will... If there is still a bit of arrows stuck in Scan, Krellian will sort of put one claw around it, yank with one hand, lay on hand with the other. You get healed for 5 hit points. The wound is closed. Now, how about we all decide to behave ourselves?
If this was a family-friendly stream before, it ain't now. Cool. Anyway, yeah, we should go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Just give me 1 second. I mean, keep talking, but...
You find yourselves walking through Ashran Elora. From the last time those of you who have been here went, it is a lot quieter. Several of the tents of the marketplace have been, taken down or just otherwise completely gone. And there's a lot of elves that are moving about, but none of them pay you any attention. They just move to one side as you walk through the streets of the city.
Interesting.
Warm welcome.
Yeah, a lot more quieter than I expected.
This seems to be the typical visit that we've been getting as of late.
So, according to the letter, I'm supposed to meet Jack somewhere. Speaking of, DM, where am I supposed to meet Jack?
He has a tent in the marketplace.
Yeah, so somewhere in this marketplace is, that fucking Gordy bastard.
The last time we met him was sometime around the evening, though. You don't think he would be there around that time?
It is around the evening.
There we go.
I'm an idiot. Your Honor, I wish to retract that statement.
Well, I wasn't with you last time, or first time, or when you met this proprietor's lead on, I guess.
We were looking for some stuff of our own. That was when I was with Trephon.
Oh.
This is your friend who got sucked into the book, right?
Let's move on.
Yeah, okay!
Alright. You head through the marketplace over to Jack-o'-lantern's tent. Sure enough, there are all sorts of doodads and random items that you are assured are magical somehow, scattered around, with a carved pumpkin sitting on a temporary checkout counter.
Jack, you piece of shit.
Several vines around the tent animate, stick themselves into the back of the pumpkin, and lift it up, looking down at Scam. Scam, Thelonious likely! Holy shit, you actually made it! I thought for sure you'd have been blown up by now.
Yeah, well, surprisingly, it has not happened yet. I see that you're still in a predicament.
Yeah, it makes it a little hard to get with the ladies, but I find other ways around that.
You know, it's funny. I don't actually remember ever finding out that this is your current state, but I can't seem to actually remember you being anything other than this. So...
It's weird that way. Piss off enough people and your entire history gets retroactively changed.
Yeah, well, narrowly missed that a few times myself. Anyway, you had me travel all the way from fucking Mawthorn to get here. Better be good.
I did indeed. I found some valuable artifacts that I thought you could certainly make use of, because I sure as hell can't access them. I do not have fingers.
I like that. I still got them.
Alright. Vine reaches behind the counter and pulls out this bulging sack that, like, shakes and shimmies with the sound of something very, very valuable sounding inside.
I can just taste the money already.
Alright. Jack-o'-lantern puts down the sack in front of you.
Yeah, I can open it?
You can open it.
Is it gonna kill me?
You open it, and inside is a bunch of gold-plated, random stacks of scrap metal.
Oh, hell yes! I love more scrap metal. This basically makes my entire career viable. You dragged me all the way out here for some scrap metal?
Some scrap metal that reeks very, very strongly on magic.
Okay, I'll be the judge of that. I cast Detect Magic.
You detect a shitload of magic here. Like,
Holy.
There's several overlapping signals of what magic this is in this massive pile of scrap metal.
Oh my god, this is great. Oh, let me just, walk over and begin, to sniff it and, touch it and just really get intimate with it.
Jesus, Samuel, we don't even have an inn yet.
Yeah.
Can you keep it?
I'll say because you have Identify, you can in fact immediately know some of the properties of this, which is congratulations. Your magic item.
Yeah! I have Jabini float over, just cast Identify.
Alright.
Oh,
yeah. Identify. Jabini floats up to the pile of scrap metal, starts scanning it up and down, dives into the pile of scrap metal, comes back up, and Jabini's eyes seem to be glowing a little bit brighter. This is the first property of this legacy item that has been unlocked. Jabini can now cast Light or Fairy Fire with a DC of 13.
That's awesome!
Nice.
Oh my god, I actually love that.
Yeah. Jabini then looks over at all the rest of it, seems kind of overwhelmed by what's there, and you get the realization you're going to have to spend time disassembling this and figuring out where it came from, who made it, and all that, in order to figure out how to get the most value out of it.
Oh, Jack. Oh, Jack, you shouldn't have.
I never say I don't do anything nice for you. No, seriously, never say that or I'll fucking kill you. It'll be in your sleep. You'll never hear me coming. I'm a pumpkin. I don't leave footsteps.
Yeah, I'll turn you into a fucking pie if you try, you piece of shit. Anyway, oh my god, I have a new project.
Also in there is a very, very fancy-looking mallet.
Oh.
Because you cast Identify and know this already.
Yeah.
This mallet is a light hammer with a +1 to attack and damage rolls. It has 7 charges, regaining 1d6 +1 charges at dawn. And you can use 1 charge to cast Mending with the time of an action and affecting an area of up to 5 feet on a side rather than 1 foot on a side.
Oh.
Or expend 3 charges and 3 charges while touching a creature's armor to enchant it with a +1 to AC for 1 minute.
Okay,
can it also cast Light?
The mallet cannot also not cast Light.
I can indefinitely
Said it
enhance
was a light.
armor, but that's good to do in a quick fix.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny, Scott. You take pun damage.
Mm-hmm. Worth it.
All right, and you find some leaked magical
Name an address with hell.
Name an address with hell, because you don't know specifically where it's from. You might eventually.
I'm just gonna call it the Mallet of Mending.
Mallet of Mending. That's fair. And you notice that in there, in the pile of scrap metal, is a large golden battle axe that looks to have been split in half and is leaking some magical energy, like this very intensely glowing substance that you put into some glass vials. The axe by now is completely useless. But
I'm gonna melt that down and turn it into gold.
Mm-hmm.
But the magic?
But the magic is enchanted for various strikes. When you roll a critical hit to damage something, you magically earn a number of gold coins equal to the damage of the attack.
That's amazing!
And because you cast Identify, you know what the magic of this was originally called.
The battle tax.
The battle tax.
I love that. I take one of the vials, and I drip a little bit onto my finger, and I watch it briefly turn into gold for a second before, dripping back into arcane magic. I go, now that's what I call trickle-down economics.
Nice. The name of this legacy item, by the way, is The Great Work. All in separate air quotes.
Yeah!
Anyway, that's your problem now. It was taking up space and people were giving me funny looks.
Jack, you Gordy piece of shit. You have no idea how happy I am. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And
Holy shit, you have a heart!
Yeah, I know. Surprising, right?
Very. Incredibly.
You know what? I think this actually makes us square. I think this makes up for all the shit you stole from me.
I sold it long ago. It didn't even give me that much coin. I spent it all on hookers.
Yeah, I bet you did. So what, are you just trapped here for all eternity now?
I mean, if there's plant life around, I can reasonably get around. There's a whole lot of it in an elven forest, so this is where I hang out.
That's fair, that is fair. Oh man, Jack, it brings me such delight to see you in this state, let me tell you that.
I'm glad that someone else is pleased all the time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, anyway, thanks for the scrap.
You head out before Jack-o'-lantern can make any more penis jokes.
Yep, I do. Oh my god. Listen, I'm the only one who makes dick jokes around here.
And as you head out of the marketplace, Malifane, you hear someone call your name, you turn, and Solana Vallejo, who you met all the way back at the Fiery Grog Tavern and later joined up with the elves here, is there looking at you very quizzically.
Ooh.
Solana! Hey!
What are you doing here?
We had some business with some people here. How's everything going?
Bad. Very, very bad. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, that's understandable.
The Oread have decided that we're public enemy number 1 and are sending people to siege us.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, have you not heard? Surely you would have passed by some of their outposts on the way.
Yeah, trade road was busted up.
Yeah, there's now that you mention it.
That's one of their intended acts of vengeance against us, or however they're putting it. I didn't hear all the details before I was sent running out of Demdor.
I'm assuming the rest of the Shisenfei know about this?
Oh yes, they do. They are staying behind while we evacuate most of the rest of the city. Currently, we are the major line of defense against the Oread.
What happened in Demdor?
We went up to investigate the sending of insects from up north into our sacred grove. The logical choice for where they would come from was Demdor, so we went there to ask the Oread to explain themselves. They would not. We also asked them if they would reopen trade routes that they had taken control of with sending out the dwarves, and they would not. So, with them being uncooperative, we went into the sacred mine to see if we could get some answers, and then they got very, very mad at us.
Yeah, they do take their minds more than a little seriously.
You shouldn't be here.
No, we shouldn't be anywhere, now that you mention it, but, yeah, remember old Ran?
I do, yes. The old man who occasionally came to visit let me know that you were in the market for helping people.
Yeah, it turns out he used us to do some great fucking.
He
helped a lot of people, so,
He's technically the one responsible for all of these shenanigans in the first place.
Well, no. But Old Rand definitely isn't Old Man, and he's most definitely someone who takes great pleasure in seeing the nations of Irion destabilized, and, well, we were used to that matter to expedite the process.
So, we're trying to right that.
That is both unfortunate and quite a lot to take in.
If you want even more to take in, Old Rand revealed himself as a mind flayer.
She quirks an eyebrow.
Is this a quirk and eyebrow in the
Make an
really
insight.
sense?
Make an insight check.
Meanwhile, I'm just dragging a fucking groove in the ground by hauling this metal behind me.
Okay,
Oh, shit. Breaking the topiaries.
26 insight. So for the actual eyebrow quirk, you get the feeling she knows or at least has read about mind flayers and is more in disbelief that, oh, someone is a mind flayer, they're currently active, I didn't think that was a thing I'd have to deal with in my lifetime. But with the 26 insight, you can tell she's being pretty terse and not giving you all the information she knows about why the Oread are attacking.
Actually, come to think of it, there was some nasty shit down in the mines, wasn't there? I mean, the part of the mountain is long gone, or I don't even know what they're doing with it. But, Alphane, do you remember those chambers, those things that were in the glass tubes, was it?
I think so.
I didn't hallucinate that, right?
Oh, that's right. I thought there was
They were quite frightening, offers up Momo.
Do we remember what that was, or...
You backed the fuck away immediately when you saw it.
So okay, yeah. Do we tell her, or...
I mean, I asked you out loud just now in front of company, so...
No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I can be older in the tube there. But,
Right, while this was well, I wouldn't say unexpected, but it was certainly a reunion. Solana, is there anything you can do to anything?
She opens her mouth to say something, but then you hear in the distance, boom, boom. Oh no, says Solana.
What's that?
oh no.
Booms that get more and more rhythmic.
Well, that doesn't sound good. By the way, my name's Scam Likely. Pleasure to
Shut
meet
the fuck
you.
up, Scamuel. Corellian is, like, out of, like, main sight and is ducked behind, like, the first building or cover that they could find.
Okay.
Like, looking towards the origin of the sound.
For context, you're all currently, like, standing on a hill that, slopes downward off the northeastern side and is just a drop-off on every other side. So if you want to place yourselves based on that...
Oh boy, is this combat time?
It's gonna be combat here in a second.
Oh no, I can actually now blow things up.
Alright.
So, if we're
I'd like
on
to
top
cast
of a
all three
hill... if we're on top of a hill and we can't see something... Wait, can we see it at all?
You can't see it. It's just that freaking loud.
Fun. Okay, then.
And Scam, you said you were gonna cast something?
No, I was joking saying I'm going to use all 3 uses of Fireball.
Excellent.
No, I'm not doing that yet.
Yet.
The sound of the boom, boom gets louder, and several elves retreat towards south or into what buildings there are around here, while out of nearby trees emerge several women that appear to be made of leaves and armed with longbows, aiming in the 4 different off-cardinal directions: northwest, southwest, southeast, northeast, as the booming gets louder and you start to hear chanting along with it.
What language is the chanting?
Terran.
Primordial! Hey!
Yep. This is a war chant.
Come on!
Yeah.
You gotta get
Scam
out of
says, I'm glad I didn't sell those guys weapons.
All right.
They're coming for us. We gotta get you guys out of here.
What? You kidding me? Proper action and shit.
Uh,
We can finally take...
The ground starts shaking, and several of the dryads scatter off in different directions, while Solana turns, readies some orbs of fire around her hands. I'm to stay here and defend this point. You're welcome to stay, or if you want, you can run.
Hey, quick question. Do you want to marry me?
No.
Scamuel.
Valid.
Just shush.
What do you guys say?
Alright, well, I'm ready to blow things up.
All right. You all ready yourselves
this is gorgeous,
in
by the
different
way.
positions and see several Oread crashing through the trees, armed with like war hammers and mauls and other very heavy-looking blunt instruments, chanting in Terran and knocking stuff over, clearly ready for combat.
Oh my goodness. First of all, this map looks fucking gorgeous.
Thank you. I love the set this came with.
You want that initiative?
I do, in fact, want that initiative.
Yeah, I'm just checking to see how Jabitti's initiative works again.
I'll...
It shares... Okay, Jabitti shares my initiative count.
Jabitti
I'll
goes
roll
for
for
you.
Scam. Yep.
16.2.
Look, that's what my thing says.
I set these up after. This is for tiebreakers so that we can see what dexterity is in case someone else rolls 16.
Sorry, I'm still nutting over this pile of scrap.
So much nutting, wow!
Stop!
This is what I call a scam venture.
Alright.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly, the rogue goes first.
So before combat actually initiates, Malifane turns behind him and says, "Scam, if you actually shut up and take this seriously, I will give you at least 1/4 of my apples."
1/2.
Done. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Judging from the shaking and the noise, there are Oread at every corner of this map.
Damn it.
Okay. What did you say they were armed with again?
Mauls and warhammers.
Queen, what is Quintessa's armor class?
16.
16. Okay. In that case, is this an overhang or is this on the ground?
That is a slope downward off the hill.
Okay. I do see a shadow though, so something here is an overhang. That's what
There are trees.
I'm just trying to figure out. Right. Okay. So I'm going to take a shot at. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to just take an opportunity to take a quick shot at the one.
That's a dryad.
What am I going
not
for?
shoot the dryad.
The Oread over here. Mm-hmm. They're up in the corners of the map.
Oh, thank you. Hey, hello.
Are they only from those two north corners, or are they coming from the south corners too?
They're also coming from the south.
Fun time.
Okay. In that case, I'm actually going to position myself right between Quintessa and Corellian, and I am going to... Do I want to attack? I think I want to attack. Yeah. I'll use my bow to attack the one in the utmost corner.
Okay.
Alright. Come on, character sheet. There we go. Okay. Oh. Oh no.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You fumble with your arrow and pick it up, and by that point, the Oread have already marched way past that position.
You know what? That's fine. I'll take that. In that case, I will take a bonus. You know what? No. There's nothing I really want to do at this point. I'll stay here.
Cool. Quintessa.
Right, I'm here. And I can't see any of them, so I will hold my action to shoot the moment one of them comes into my range of sight.
Okay. Yeah, I double-checked your sight range. Big oof, you don't have dark vision.
Oh.
Yeah?
Solana, on the other hand, can see this group. So, she is going to hurl one of her fireballs towards the northeast. Come on. I'm casting it at that spell level.
There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
Alright.
Nice.
So, they all have to make a dexterity saving throw. They're big rock people. They're not very dexterous.
Nice.
Except for that one.
Oh.
Yeah. And then changing so we don't hear the constant chanting of Polemos. Alright. So all but the southernmost of the northeast Oread failed the save and are engulfed by flame, staggering under the sheer heat before stepping back up and looking very, very pissed.
Wait, where is this fight taking place again?
Solana aimed for the northeast.
Okay.
Whew. And that's that much minus 27, which is... Oh yeah, she had a big number on some of these.
Where's this song from?
Bravely Default.
Oh.
Good times.
God damn it.
God heckin' damn it.
I'm typing in this number. Why are you so slow about accepting a number, Roll20?
Because it's roll 20.
Alright. Time for Oread.
Oh boy.
Time for Oread.
They march forward with boom, 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 boom. And another one on this side of the Dryad. And they raise their mauls. That's a hit. That is a hit. The other one drops it behind him. Looks behind him.
Oh.
Sheepishly picks it up.
Guy.
The ones that hit, though... Oh wait, they have advantage, so he can try it again!
Fuck.
That's just barely a hit.
Oh, are we doing flanking?
Yes,
yeah.
we are.
Shit.
Crash!
Flanking is a house rule that should not be a house rule.
And yet it is.
Yep.
The Dryad falls under the hefty blows of these giant stone men. As other...
So,
Oh, no.
this closest one, I'm gonna use my reaction to make a melee weapon attack against it, because I can do...
Okay.
Yeah.
Make
Wow,
that
I
attack.
really wish that clicked.
That is a miss. You strike it against the back of the Oread, who turns around and looks at you confused. Another one is going to march up from the southeast. Unfortunately, he's still out of range of what you can see. That is unfortunate. And you hear the sounds of more fighting and screaming dryads down below. Then, from the northwest, the Oreads... One of them can only get a little bit past the river because it's difficult terrain for them.
Mm-hmm.
The other can get up to the Dryad, and they're not flanking her, so 2 attacks. Oh dear.
Oh.
Yeah, that's another dead Dryad. The ones that stayed behind and readied their longbows were just not prepared for big ol' rock men rushing for them and smashing their heads open.
Ouch.
Once again, it is Alex's turn.
Oh, I could run Momo in combat.
Sure, go ahead.
Alright, Momo would probably cast Sacred Flame on one of the approaching Dryad up here. Probably that one.
Oread.
Oread, oh my gosh. Words are hard.
Words are- Alright. And dexterity save from him. That is not enough to make it. So, a bolt of radiant energy comes from the sky and strikes one of the Oread directly, sending sizzling waves of radiant heat through his body as he turns and looks towards Corellian. Not Corellian, Momo. That's Momo who is casting. I am sorry.
It's fine, I just almost had a heart attack. And then I think Momo, with the rest of his movement, is going to do a quick little fluttering hop and get back here on the higher ground.
Alright. There are still 2 Dryad that are standing.
Okay.
You can hear one of them chant something magical and attempt to whack an Oread across the head. That is just barely a miss. She seems fervently locked in combat. As another one looks over at the Oread coming from the northwest, pulls back a longbow, fires. That's a hit. The arrow strikes the Oread that Momo just hit square in the chest, but the arrow breaks a little bit, absorbed by his thick, stony hide. He does not take all of that damage. A more slender Oread is going to walk up behind her buddies, see that Corellian is engaged in hitting one, and let me check what she would do. She looks over at Corellian, scoffs, looks over, and pulls out a boulder and hurls it for Corellian.
I mean, that's a hit, Chief.
Ooh.
Yep. You are struck in the face with a boulder roughly as large as yourself, Corellian. It hurts. It hurts a whole lot. Another boulder goes sailing out from the southwest towards the Dryad. That's a hit, Chief.
Rip.
And the Dryad is panting heavily, not looking too hot. Scam.
Okay, it's time to do some things. First of all, so wait, how much movement does it take to climb up the hill?
That's difficult terrain, so it would take 20 feet of movement to get up to the top.
Great, I'll just use my movement to get to 5, 10, 15, 20. I have a little bit better of a surveillance. I'll get there. Okay, I can see things a bit better. I'll yell down before I do any other actions. Like, "Hey, Corellian, you wanna have a fun time down there?"
Fuck yeah.
Okay, cool. I whip out basically what kind of could be said as like a throwing dart. And I take out one of my vials and I begin mixing them together. I take out a pouch of powdered silver. I sprinkle it in there, and I just kind of spit in it, cork it, stick it in the dart, and like pump air into it to like load the liquid into the tip, and then I just huck it at Corellian and I cast Enlarge.
Ooh.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm medium. Large? It's large?
It's a little less impressive when you put it like that, but
Corellian is now a medium creature.
It's not a medium creature who has advantage on strength saves and checks, and also the war pick deals an extra d4 of damage. As I cast that spell, so Corellian gets big. Literally, I just roided Corellian up. So
literal big kobold energy.
Literally big kobold energy. So that was an action to cast that. Still check and see if I have any bonus actions. Okay, no. Since I don't have any other bonus actions, what I'm gonna do is I will command Jibidi to shoot.
Okay.
A guy. So actually, well, Jibidi will move up. He'll fly up by me. And let's see. Yeah, he'll use his force strike. It's within 30 feet. So let me see. Probably can't hit. Yeah, can't hit those guys. So I'm still gonna have Jibidi spit coins at the architect.
Okay.
And Scamly yell, "You should have taken my fucking money!" Yeah, fire. Force strike. Roll, please. 17 to hit the architect.
That's a hit.
Cool. Spits coins. 4 piercing damage.
4 first damage.
4 first damage. Alright, I'm gonna say first damage.
Yeah, because they resist piercing damage. They do not resist force damage.
It's force damage.
Should have taken my fucking money, you say, shooting out your fucking money at the Oread, who just...
I would like to appreciate the chat for using the term Swollbold.
Swollbold. We actually did fight a Swollbold once. That is an actual enemy we have fought.
Oh yeah.
Corellian,
right,
you're swole.
I'm gonna make the best of this. I'm gonna use my bonus action to transform my war pick into a glaive. Because I can finally use heavy weapons!
Yes!
Because they're medium!
Yes!
So I'm going to make an attack on... My first attack is going to be on the one closest.
Okay.
Oh, this is a good idea.
That is a hit.
Wow. Oh, I guess I have advantage. No, not within 5 feet. Not within 5 feet. No, pack tactics.
Oh, gotcha.
Jibidi's not within 5 feet, so it's fine. So that hits, so that'll be... So it'll be that much.
Ooh, that's a...
Okay, plus the 1d4 extra.
Good damage, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
big money.
Swollbold.
Your strength is incredibly mighty, but again, the stony hide of the Oread allows them to resist just a little bit of the damage.
That's fine. I have another attack that I can do.
Okay.
Same one.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. You run the Oread through.
Nice.
Excellent. Yeah, that's my turn. Bonus action. I'm good. Actually, I will... yeah, I will move 5 feet over to here. Yeah.
Okay. Malifane.
So Malifane is going to move 1, 2, 3. He's going to move up to this one and strike it with his rapier, crescent blade.
Okay.
Where did my character sheet go? Come on. Come on, I'm clicking you. Damn it, roll 20.
Roll
There
20,
we go.
please.
Please. Liz.
Please.
That's a hit.
There we go. Alright. And let's see.
Okay.
How will that do?
You thrust the crescent blade into the Oread's shoulder and pull it out again. He seems to be doing okay, like he's almost bloodied, but weapon strikes are not as effective as they can be against the Oread.
Can I try to provoke him into chasing me?
You can certainly try. Make
What do I need to roll?
Make a deception or intimidation check.
Oh, this isn't going to be great.
What level are you? What level are you?
Level 7.
Oh, you don't have Flash, never mind.
No. Come on.
Ooh. Okay.
You me.
With the flourish of your blade, you taunt the Oread, who now seems angrily focused on you.
So I say, "Hey, Rocky, catch me if you can!" and start running off in. I'm gonna assume this is what, like half my movement or something. This one right here.
Yes. And I think you
The branch.
were there before. Oh wait, you have Rogus Panache, so I think disengage automatically happens if you hit him. So never mind.
Yeah.
Right there should do it.
Okay.
You know why?
No, I don't.
Quintessa, your readied action is no longer ready because it's back to your turn.
That's fine. Right, can I step forward or am I gonna slip off if I do that?
You're probably gonna slip off.
Fuck, I'll keep it held then. I'm just focusing down here.
Okay.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Well.
Uh,
I wish you had told me that one.
Yeah, I said I was looking downwards!
I'm an idiot then.
Solana is going to cast Scorching Ray at the Oreads up here. 1, 2, 3. Only one of them hit.
And I set fire.
She struck the one that looks the most wounded, and he is looking very bad off and currently on fire. And then she's gonna back off. Because she doesn't want to be in the path of a bunch of rampaging dudes with mauls. 1, 2, 3. He's technically in sight, Quintessa!
Yeah,
Do
but
it.
that's not where I was looking. I'm looking
Do
down
it,
at these
damn
guys.
it.
No, you dug yourself the hole. I'm looking down.
Okay, don't take the shot.
Quintessa, you proceed to not take the shot as the Oread raises
I
its small.
specifically set this up. I specifically set this up.
Wow, it sounds like they're having a hard fucking time over there.
It's alright, they'll learn how to work together after they get married.
That's true. Speaking from experience, no, they will not.
Alright. So, I'm assuming that's a miss.
Let me see.
Yeah, your AC is 17, so it's just barely a miss.
Okay.
As you yell at Quintessa, you raise your buckler and just barely manage to block the blow, stepping back a bit from the force.
Would you stay focused?
The other Oread is going to see Corellian as the biggest threat and go to whack
The
him with...
biggest threat?
Yes.
Huh.
20. AC
Most
is
medium threat.
exactly 20, so... He slams them all against the side of your head, but you're so big that you absorb most of the damage.
I am medium!
The other Oread are going to... Oh yeah, the one who's engaged with the Dryad's gonna hit her. That's a miss. Then the others who are at the northwest rather, are gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh.
Momo!
Momo sees the advancing Oread and kind of freaks out, and I guess we'll cast another Sacred Flame on closest.
Okay. That's impressive damage.
Beefy.
Beefy! Another bolt of radiant energy strikes the Oread, and now they're all focused on Momo, looking hella pissed.
Momo is gonna retreat back a little more towards Quintessa. Yes.
Alright. The Dryads, seeing as the fighting thing isn't working out, are going to wave their hands and send Fey magics toward some of these Oread.
Ooh.
The southeastern one is not affected. He does not give a shit about the Fey charm. The Oread that does not look particularly injured, however, is charmed. He now thinks that the Dryad and all of the Dryad's friends are nice people. And the Dryad is going to... let's see here. Dive into a tree and reappear in a tree that's right by Corellian.
Sick.
While the other Dryad is going to do the same thing. Tree Stride does not provoke attack of opportunity, so...
Aha!
Aha!
Yep.
The Architects are going to march forward. Well, the southwestern one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Quintessa,
Does mine go off?
you can see it, and it's coming from the south.
Thank you! Right, sure, this is in play.
Alright.
And...
That's a hit.
good. Nice.
Alright. You strike the Oread dead on. Your mastery of arcane archery making sure that it actually sinks in and doesn't break off against the stony hide.
Nice.
The Oread then raises her hands, and the ground below you and Momo rumbles.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need Quintessa and Momo to make a dexterity saving throw. Actually, I think and Solana, because it can hit her too. Let me double check. Yeah, it can get Solana.
Momo is good at these.
Momo is good at these.
Oh.
Solana dives out of the way, but Momo and Quintessa, you're caught by surprise as this rumbling cage of earth bursts from the ground around you. I actually do have a sound for this.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, bugger.
Alright. And it's like a straight up cage forming a ceiling and bars and everything. Trapping
But I can
the both of
still-
you. You can still fire through.
Yeah, perfect.
While the other
Lovely.
while the other Oread is going to try the same thing with Corellian and the Dryad.
Oh.
Who will get a bonus to saves because they are technically Corellian's allies.
Yay! I got a
Oh.
6.
Unfortunately, that is definitely not enough, and a cage of earth erupts around you and the Dryad in her little tree. Scam!
Fuck. Scam kind of like looks over his shoulder and says, "Hey, do you guys want me to help you out of that, or should I focus on the guys who are coming towards the hill?"
Remind me, Alex, remind me again what the properties of Blackwater are.
Flammable?
I'm not wasting my valuables. That being said, speaking of flammable things, though, Alex, remind me exactly how much. If I were to say, have something run down this slope, how far is that again?
Running down the slope is not difficult terrain because you can just slide.
Great. So, shit. Okay, I lean down, I pick up various bits of twigs from the ground, take out some metal scrap, and I'm very wildly assembling what looks like just kind of like a harness of spider legs. I take the cigar out of my mouth, stuff it in there, and tap on the glyphs on the cigar, and I activate an eldritch cannon. And I am creating a flamethrower with legs.
That'll do.
Nice.
And I'm going to have the eldritch cannon, because it can move 15 feet, if I give it a bonus action to do a thing, which I will, I'm gonna have it go to right there. Yep, I'm gonna have it go to right there, and I'm going to have it activate its flamethrower on these 3 Oread.
Okay.
So let me pull up my flamethrower info again. It's a bonus action with my flamethrower. Yes, bonus action. 50 foot. It's a 15-foot cone of fire. Each creature takes 3d8 fire damage. Half that on dex save. DC is 16, so they need to make dex saves.
Okay. Dex saves for the Oread. Also a wisdom save for the one who is charmed.
So 2 succeed, 1 fails. So those two will take half damage.
All right.
That is 11 fire damage to those guys.
All right. With the roar of flame, your Eldritch Cannon shoots out this gout of fire, burning the Oread, who mostly managed to tank the blast all right. 2 of them aren't looking so quote-unquote hot. I realized that was going to be a pun immediately as I said it.
Hey, Alex.
Yes?
You take 1 point of pun damage.
I do. I deserve it.
Cool. Yeah, and just for the record, the flamethrower has an AC of 18 and 45 hit points.
Cool.
And I believe that is my whole turn. That was an action and a bonus action.
I believe so, yes.
So, yeah, that's my turn.
Cool. Corellian.
Actually, Scan, that's a great idea. So, I'm gonna do a bit of a cone here, and I'm going to also whip out my fucking flamethrower.
Oh
shit, that's hot. No.
You lean downward, and a jet of flame erupts from the quote-unquote mouth of the dragon helmet.
Excuse me, I am Malaphane's player. I speak for the trees.
Solana started casting Fireball, and there's already a couple of fires set around the area, so...
I can try.
Yeah, neither of them made it! So, there's more roaring of flames as the Oread in front of you screams in pain and is just consumed by fire as it licks his body. The Architect braces but can't do much to defend against the flames other than look back up at you, pissed.
And that is... No, I guess that isn't technically an attack action, so...
Yeah. That is an action, not an attack.
Good.
Malafane!
Okay, humor me for a moment, but does the cage count as a, in the case of, like, you know, tokens and whatnot, does it count as a solid object, or is it just a cage?
The cage is an object.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Alright, so first, I'm going to do some damage to this here Oread, and first I think I'm going to bring this up, because there is nothing between me and... Come on.
No, I see it. I see it, yeah.
Oh, it did. Okay, awesome. There's nothing between me and this Oread right here, so I'm gonna attack. Come on.
That's a hit.
Cool. Check out sneak attack. Checkbox sneak attack. There we go.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna strike his kneecaps. Do like a sweep.
You sweep the leg. This Oread is very sturdy on his feet, but you have done quite a bit of damage.
Oh, he's not down. Okay.
He is not down. He is still standing.
Welp. There goes my idea. I thought he was dead. Okay.
They also have advantage on anything trying to knock them prone.
Oh.
I see. No, now I'm not sure how I want to go about doing this. Do I want to take out the Oread, or do I want to do the other thing I was going to do? Fuck it. I'm going to risk an... How wide... No, wait, it says how wide the bars are, right?
It does, yes. You can fire through them.
So
You guys will be okay if they...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Never mind then. In that case, I really don't want them to get anywhere near my friends, so instead, I'm just gonna use a... Well, I can't find it on my skill sheet, but you know what I mean, cunning action.
Okay.
So yeah, strike him a second time. Let's do this.
That is a miss.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, I believe it's action surge to go for another attack.
Action surge, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
The Oread is ready for the attack and holds the forearm against it, bracing against it with all his strength.
Oh well.
Quintessa.
Beautiful. I will step over here, and to the guy down here, I will shoot. Can find the fucking... There it is.
That's a hit.
Oh, fucking perfect. Well, you know what? This.
All right.
Nice.
Alright, so like that. And then... I don't know why I clicked that again.
I think technically you do have multi-attack, so...
You do.
I do, yeah. So, yeah, sure.
Yeah, both of them hit.
Alright, and then... Next to that. Fucking hell.
Alright, so
Nice.
does grasping arrow overwrite magic arrows, or is that just a magic property?
That's magic property.
Okay, cool. For the sake of damage, resistance, and whatnot.
So, speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each turn it moves 1 foot or more, without teleporting.
Okay.
Nice.
So that is a total of, I believe, 30 damage.
Yeah!
No, it's not, actually. I beg your pardon. You fire off your poisoned arrow, and it does not seem affected by poison at all.
Yeah, I thought so.
23 damage.
Well, the slashing damage is still there.
There's still slashing damage.
And the reduced thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's it then.
Cool. It is Solana's turn. She is going to notice all the fire going around, turn, cast another fireball at the grouped up Oread down here. So scroll down, fireball at that level. This is gonna hurt if it hits. This is gonna hurt a whole lot. Okay, so middle one is fine. But the others... Oh yeah, I have to make him make a wisdom saving throw. Yeah, he still thinks you're his friends!
It's okay, no, it was just a flesh wound.
With a boom and a roar of flame, fire comes crashing down onto the Oread. The middle one looks very, very badly off. The left one is now looking pretty bad, covered in, like, rolling licks of fire and whatnot. The right one is dead. He is collapsed under the sheer force of an explosive fireball. Oh no! A dead Oread! What will we possibly do with one dead Oread? There's many. There's so many.
Jesus.
And that's that much, minus his health. The Oread are going to move. Lefty's going to tend to his buddy. Middle is going to climb up the slope. Smack Solana in the face.
Surprise! Warding Flare.
Alright.
He's gonna use his reaction.
Momo's going to use Warding Flare.
Oh shit.
Blinded by a surge of light from Momo, the swing goes wild. Still hits Solana.
Oh.
Why?
Oh no.
Why is it doing that? Why is it putting a critical? He didn't get a critical. Shouldn't have done that.
Well.
I'm taking the 11. He 100% did not get a critical on either of those rolls. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Magic.
Alright. Boom, 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 boom. You hear an Oread dashing behind you, Malifane, so that his buddy can get advantage on the attack.
Fun. Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, Amal smacks you in the face. Oh my god, stop making pop-ups happen. I want to click to see how badly Malifane got smashed in the face. Pretty badly.
I'm gonna wait to see how much damage the other one does before
He can't. His action was to dash.
Oh, okay. In that case, yeah, uncanny dodge.
That's the Oread's turn. Momo.
Right, Momo is just a little bit freaking out right now. Momo sees that Mal is getting attacked and does not like this and is going to cast... Probably, actually, wait, let me double check that. Momo's gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Alright.
That's 3, actually.
Yeah. 2 of them hit.
So it's... Okay, it's gonna be 1 at the top one and 1 at the bottom one around Mal.
Okay. The top one is hit by a ray of fire as it flies through the sky and looks up at Momo like, what the fuck, man? He looks very, very bad off, but 3 fire damage. Oof.
Shit rolls.
Shit rolls. Alright. The Dryads are gonna look around, evaluate their chances. The one down below was the one that had Shillelagh, so she's gonna turn and try to smack the one that is between Scam, Solana, and her. That's not the Dryad's stat sheet. That is. That's a hit. Shillelagh makes it a magic weapon, so she smashes her enchanted staff through the Oread, causing his head to crumble into stone shards and fall to the ground.
Nice.
The other Dryad is going to turn around, fire off a longbow shot at the top Oread by Malifane. That's a miss. It goes wide because she doesn't want to fire into the fray of someone she's fairly sure is on her side. So, the top Oread is going to walk over to the cage, place a hand on it, and start chanting.
Oh.
She has cast Stone Shape.
What?
Oh, shit!
As the cage starts constricting around Corellian and the Dryad. Going to need the both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Got that hot 5 right there.
That's a hot 5, baby! The Dryad technically takes half damage from this, but Stone is constricting the 2 of you together for 2d8. That's 10 bludgeoning damage to Corellian and... Oh god. As the Dryad is pressed against Corellian and the stone wall, something has to give, and she bursts, basically, under the stone pressure. The other one's gonna move. She is taking the slashing damage because she moved.
Alright. Do I roll or you?
You roll.
Alright. No, not 64.
Alright. Needles dig at the Oread skin, but she just keeps marching on. That's 5, 10, 15... She can't actually make it because her speed's been reduced and she can't get over that difficult terrain. So instead, she, let's see, what can she do with this as... Oh yeah, she casts Mold Earth and a 5-foot pit appears below you and drops you into it, Quintessa.
Beautiful.
Boom.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
It's only 5 feet, so there's no falling damage. You're just at the bottom of a pit right now.
Beautiful.
Scam!
Okay. Where's the heaviest concentration of enemies right now?
Currently around Malifane.
Okay. Let's see if I can shape this in a way that's not gonna hit my teammates. Well, I mean, let's see. I'm trying to. Sorry, the hill is 10 feet tall. 20. How tall was it again?
Hill is about 10 feet tall.
Okay, so this will definitely work. I can. If I hit this square with an area of effect spell, does that still affect the cage?
Yes, it'll go through the cage bars.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Shatter in the area so I can affect the Architect here, the Oread there, and the mouth of the cage right there.
Cool.
And I'm gonna cast Shatter at third level. So
all right.
Let me roll that. Let me get that up real quick.
Did you take into account where that was going?
Yeah, it's getting the Oread and then the cage. Why?
Okay, just making sure.
It's not hitting you.
Okay,
That's
so
not
it's
what I'm worried
down
about.
below here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's down below there.
I saw the one that was the one that was right here, and I got really worried.
Yeah, no, I'm not aiming at. Yeah. Shatter at third level. Okay, and the Oread have disadvantage on the saving throw because they're made out of stone.
No, they don't.
What?
They have a hardened exterior. They're not necessarily made of stone.
Well, any organic. Oh, fuck. Okay.
They are technically organic.
That's valid.
The cage, however, I think automatically fails that saving throw.
Yeah.
Bam! The bottom wall of the cage is blown straight open.
Yeah, so basically, like, Scam takes out this, this what looks like a heavily modified music box with, like, a trumpet bit attached to the end of it, and he, like, cranks it and then just blows into it, like, an ear-ringing, just, like, piercing noise just erupts out and, like, travels over the area. And, yeah, any creature made out of inorganic, it's not made out of it. Okay, cool. So just, and it takes that damage.
Yeah, it is completely unprepared for Shatter and covers its ears in pain.
Takes 12 thunder damage, and the other Oread, because it would have been able to hit the one that was just below Malifane.
Oh yeah.
It would have. Yeah, if I did it here, yeah, it would have hit the cage, Malifane, and the Architect.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm taking the 8 because I don't think it had advantage on saving throw. All right, cool. The Oreads take that damage, and the Architect down below is not looking too hot.
Yeah, that was my action. And for my bonus action, I am going to... I don't see any dudes who are up near me. So I'm just gonna command... So the Eldritch Cannon does have a climb speed, actually, so it would ignore the terrain anyway. I'm just gonna have it climb and stand on top of that Oread's corpse directly below me, just so I have it up here with me again.
There it is.
Just scuttles up and props itself on top of there. Yeah, that's my turn.
Solana hears the sound of approaching and sees the clockwork creature just climb up. She's not even phased at this point. She's just like, whatever, and looks over. Yep. Corellian!
Scam just looks over like, how you doing?
You can absolutely Misty Step. You can see technically out of this cage still.
Excellent. I'm gonna Misty Step to about there and go ham with my glaive, which has reach, on that one.
Alright.
Fuck yeah. I have taken no damage, so I have not lost concentration on your enlarge yet.
Both of those hit?
That should have a plus D4.
We'll add a D4 to that. Cool.
So 4 and 3.
So 4 and a 3, so that's 7 plus 9 reduced plus 7 reduced is that much damage. Now the other architect is looking a little bit bloodied.
Excellent. That would be my action and bonus action, so I'm going to stay right here.
Cool. Malifane.
Okay, cool. So, Malifane is good. I rolled 20. Yeah, Malifane. How bloody did you say this guy was over here?
Very.
I'm gonna try and end this, or end this in the Malifane style. Oh, please hit, please, for the love of God, hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Malifane just sort of stands straight up, just kind of looks at him and says, I think I've had enough of this, and just, hits him over the head with his rapier.
Alright. Bam! Somehow you managed to put enough blunt force through the hilt of a rapier to knock out a fucking Oread.
He's just that done with this shit. And then, since I've attacked with a melee weapon, I'm just gonna...
Well, that creature can't make an opportunity attacks against you, his buddy can.
Oh, I see. Alright, fair enough.
That's a miss, so you just barely duck out of the way, tucking and rolling and getting back up.
Yeah, and you know what? He is so fed up with this shit that he's just like, you know what? Where is my dice? You know what? I really just wanna just take you know what? Fuck it. I can't think of something cool to do. Just take
Dab.
Yeah, just take some temporary hit points. That's what I'm getting at here, because I have this now. Cool.
What the fuck?
4 plus 2, so 6.
Yeah, so
that's you.
6 temporary hit points for Corellian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, very inspiring, thank you.
Yes, right.
Quintessa.
Right, I will step here. I will still shoot this one.
You pull yourself up out of the pit and then pull back another arrow.
Right.
That's a hit.
Oh, perfect. 6, and then...
Also a hit.
11. That was all my total.
Cool. You knock back 2 more arrows and let them fly into the architect's chest. She looks very, very bloodied, but completely unwilling to step down.
Oh, well, I will do an action search then, because fuck that.
Okay.
You know you have multi-attack, right?
Yes!
I used multi-attack!
Oh, you
there
did?
are 2
Okay.
whole longbow attacks there. Alright, you pull back another arrow and fire it directly between the Oread's eyes, and she finally collapses.
Beautiful. Now, would extra attack apply for that?
I believe it does.
Alright, I will shoot down at this one then as well.
Alright. That's a hit.
Cool.
Alright. He is still standing as you just shoot arrow after arrow, completely done with being dropped into pits and surrounded by dirt.
She pissed.
Alright.
He effectively has a minigun right now.
So many delayed bow shots because we have the bow shots! Whee! I really need to use these sound effects more. There they go. Alright, it's Solana's turn. She's gonna go for another Scorching Ray. Oh, nice. Yeah, she's gonna direct both of those nat 20s at the architect.
Oh my god!
Oh shit.
She's gonna try and kill the Oread first. That's not the architect. Figuring everyone else can handle this. No, wait, no. I'm gonna take that back. No, I'm not. She can see that this one looks more damaged, so she's gonna go fucking ham on him. Yeah, he is dead in fire. Then she's gonna turn to the architect with the last Scorching Ray. No, they're not. That's... She's got 1 spell slot left at first level. And... fire continues to spread around the area, whether shot by Solana or other sources, and it engulfs the bodies of the Oread. The one looks over, sees his buddies are on fire, and is gonna retreat. Just dash as far as he can. Momo.
Momo is going to get the fuck out of the cage, so...
The bottom wall was shattered.
Yeah, the bottom wall was shattered, so out of that, and then going to fly up, so forward. I assume he kind of saw the Oread dash away and tries to go see if he can see him, but...
No, you can't, Momo. Not unless you cast light or something else to see over there.
In that case, the architect over there is still alive, right?
She is.
Excellent. So Momo is going to cast one Sacred Flame cantrip on him.
Okay. And her dexterity save is not enough to endure that. She looks terrible. Dryad is gonna tree stride over there, try to whack her with a shillelagh. That's a miss. The other Dryad is dead. So unfortunately, it's the Architect's turn again.
No! Dryad, don't be a hero!
And she sees how bad the situation is going, spits out some blood in spite, is going to turn to the Dryad and attempt to take her down with 2 swings of a mighty warhammer.
Oh no.
Oh, I see
Nice.
why now. It's because it's doing the one-handed and two-handed.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Sorry, she's within my reach, so I'm gonna take an opportunity attack when I get the chance.
Okay, yeah, go for it. That's a hit. Alright. The Oread smacks the Dryad, and as the Dryad gets sent flying to the side, your glaive comes soaring through, just impaling the Oread right in the face. They all collapse, and you are left catching your breath as fire spreads around you. Like, not spread to the point of it being in danger, it's just smoldering across all sorts of tents and buildings and trees.
So, the one who's running away, by the way, where are they?
Off to the northwest.
Northwest, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Are they within 120 feet of me? This is for my turn.
They should be, yes.
Cool, then I'll wait until my turn.
It's your turn.
Oh boy, hold on. Well, Alex, fun little fact about the spell Chaos Bolt. It's just a target within range. I don't have to see it. It just has to be within range.
Alright.
So, I love this spell. The one who took off, how did they look? Did they look like they were hurt?
They looked pretty damaged, yes.
Okay, as a precautionary measure, I'm going to cast this at 2nd level. I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt at 2nd level. I pull out my Arcane Focus, my heavily modified, taped up wand, covered in glyphs and stuff, and I just kind of, point it in the direction of the one who's running away, roughly, kind of lick my finger, test the wind, kind of squint my eyes, turn my wand sideways, and I cast Chaos Bolt.
Excellent.
Yeah, hold on, I'm pulling up my character sheet to cast that from. This is Chaos Bolt at 2nd level. Oh, I meant to do that second. Oh, it just gets an extra. Yeah, it gets an extra D8 to it. That is a 17 to hit the one who's running away.
That's a hit.
Okay, cool. I'm also going to use my. I'm going to use my Arcane Firearm feature to get an extra D8 added to the roll. So at base, this should do 3d8 damage. And I believe the first roll determines what type of damage it deals. Let me double check that though. I choose one of the d8s.
Okay.
Let me see which type of damage. 7 to 5 and an 8. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have this do I'm gonna just do lightning damage.
Cool.
Symbol of lightning. Oh, it gets, and I'm gonna have an extra D8 added to the 5 of damage. That's an extra. Cool. So that is a total of 28 points of lightning. Of lightning damage to the Oread who's running away.
With the crackle and a bang from your arcane firearm, this bolt of swirling, chaotic energy that eventually coalesces into lightning strikes the fleeing Oread in the back and drops him immediately.
I've gone deaf. I can't hear anything. That was my action. Are they all dead?
They're all dead, and the one is unconscious.
Great. Double checking to make sure I don't have anything else I want to do real quick. Nope. I'm going to. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'm done.
All right. You all stop to catch your breath among the flames as battle, at least in this part of Ashran Elora, winds down. And that is where we're going to take our break, because we are over time.
Holy shit. Break or end the stream?
We're ending the stream, that is what I meant.
Going for 3 more hours!
Okay, halfway through, let's go.
Halfway through, oh boy! Alright, we'll see y'all next week for more Fallen Empires as we deal with, oh boy, we're fighting the Oread now, apparently. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye.